praises to the Most High. Keep them laws and the commandments, you might be qualified. 100,000, 44,000, gon' make it on that ride to the kingdom. That's what we all live for. It must be in your mental, flow through your temple. Even though we sin, y'all still took us in though. Y'all's chosen people, the heathens not equal. Esau's evil, enslaved all our people through mass genocide, pagan tradition, religion. I'm irritated, ready for his annihilation. So patience, a Mashiach could come for the awakening.
I'm going home to Zion. The land of Canaan, milk and honey, gold and riches. We fled in 70 AD, ain't been back since. Them cargo slave ships brought us to this foreign land where we scrap for scraps. And if you talking about mine, then that scrap pop back and them seats go back when the cops go past. Cause we selling everything out the back of the Jag. And if we selling it, you know that we smoking the gas, counting the cash, tapping the ass. Life goes fast when you living in this concrete jungle. Counting the cash, tapping the ass. You dying your sins in this concrete jungle. I'm going home to Zion. My home is Jerusalem. I'm going home to Zion. My home is Jerusalem.
I'm like the gravy on the grits, I'm like the slips up on the butter. Say something slick, man, we might just have to cut you with these scriptures. What's the beginning of knowledge? Hold your head, keep it strong, fear the Lord, keep it solid. I'm a Hebrew in the blood, this ain't ending by no flood, this by fire. This is a spoiled people, not desire. Flipping through Obadiah, these Edomites born a liar. When I preach and I prophesy, I'm prayed up like Elijah.
I'm going home to Zion. My home is Jerusalem. I'm going home to Zion. My home is Jerusalem.
Welcome to the smooth sounds of WLOZ Music. We got another smash hit coming to ya. Hebrew Love.
This is that Hebrew loving. This is that Hebrew loving. This is that Hebrew loving. This is that magical. Make you break your clavicle in half, unimaginable. Ain't no woman bad as you in fad. This illogical, anatomical. Love you to your follicle and every biological. Feature with the chronicle. All praise to you. How are you, beautiful flower? Straight down to the cuticle. This love is new to you. This love is new to me. Rightly loving you. Rightly loving me. All praises to you. How are
This is that Hebrew loving. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is that Hebrew loving. Hey, yeah, it is that Hebrew loving. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is that Hebrew loving. Hey, yeah. I'm not the average woman, I take it to my knees and pray to the Most High in all things I do. And I'm here for you. I'm way above the vanity. I'm about the nation staying on reality of what we're going through. But I still need you to take care of me and be there for me, never leaving me, always teaching me I love you, and I am one with you.
I said I don't want her if she ain't from the 12 tribes. I would lay down my life to protect and provide. It's just us against the world. You might ride or die. You a virtuous woman that say up the Most High Salah. Listen, baby, who taught you how to hate yourself? Got you walking around like you ain't yourself, like you ain't got these other women getting body enhancements. Now they try to make you jealous, girl. I don't understand it. Like, look at you, baby, all black and comely, like the Most High took my rib out and cloned me. You a reflection of me. Now let me get that First Corinthians 7:3.
Hebrew loving, this is that Hebrew loving, hey, yeah.
That was another smash hit coming from the light of Zion and giving a due benevolence on a quiet hurricane. This is your host, Sam Shawan on WLOZ.
On King David. Let's get up. Frankincense, myrrh and frankincense, frankincense, myrrh and frankincense, shit, Said it was 40 days, 40 nights, we was fighting for our life. I could never sell my soul because I gave it all to Christ. David saw Goliath and it was on sight. Hit the heathen with the rock, cause the heathen couldn't fight. Cut his head off, and then he put it on the spike. All my Hebrew Israelites, we about to ride tonight. Bye bye, kumbaya, send you to the afterlife. But you gotta walk by faith because you cannot walk by sight. I could turn water into wine, pork on my fork, I could never chew the swine. And my body is a temple, got it looking like a shrine. You can keep purple dollars, but you running out of time. Solomon, 1 and 10, gold teeth, when I grin, banging on Esau. This revenge of the twin. If you win, Yasharella, we ain't kin, we ain't friends. All that have breath, praise it, how a amen. Amen. Yeah. It's King Kadash. It's King Kadash. It's King Kadash. Rockin' and smelling it. What is you telling me? We are the gods. Y'all others irrelevant. Kings of the earth. We had it since birth. Y'all took it away. Isaiah said I would pay. Struggling, hustling. Money wasn't doubling. Mama working, daddy gone. Grandma died, now I'm alone. What's going on in my life? When I was 10, almost lost my life. No, son, your purpose isn't finished. So I kept on pushing, and I kept on searching. Found the true God. God knows I was hurting, and demons kept lurking, but I kept on working. Now I know for certain who's the true God. John 5:39, search the scripture. In Isaiah 45, it paints the perfect picture. Come out of my people, Jacob run the world. We the kings and the gods of the earth. You wasn't listening nothing. You heathens burn. The tables turn.
Resurrection, slave, resurrected in his name, resurrected to hold the faith till the earth will cease. Righteous branch, righteous leaf, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. But when is the end of the first? And how long will Jacob thirst? And how long will Israel be cursed? And how long will your prophets prophesy while your saints die? They hold themselves guiltless. Now all these heathens on my hit list, they would say never did this. Resurrection, your death gon' be my resurrection, my fate gon' be my resurrection. Yahweh Shai, my resurrection. I'm born again, I'm resurrected. Your death gon' be, ha, my fate gon' be. Yahweh Shai, my resurrection, resurrection. I'm born again, no more sin. He conquered death, I'm resurrected, resurrected.
When I was told about Yahweh Shai, resurrected. All evil in this world, gotta admit this shit is hectic. The righteous seed of Jacob, though we fell into captivity. LOZ, here to lift up our community. Respect it, we Semitic. Kazar's trying to tell us that the Holocaust was epic. Hamashiach, they come to save your sin. Only Negroes, Hispanics, and the Native Indians. Hell no, we ain't comedic. The Holy Bible cut like a gas, it's penetrating. Now you awaken and you shaking. When you're in the presence of the Son of Man, you can't be breaking. The book of Exodus is written in 20:3. Thou shalt have no other God before me. Not submitted to y'all's laws that have you based thermonuclear bombs, so quit the blasphemy.
Your death gon' be, ha, my fate gon' be. Yahweh Shai, my resurrection, resurrection. I'm born again, no more sin. He conquered death, I'm resurrected, resurrected.
Wisdom cries out. She uttered her voice in the chief place of concourse. How long ye simple ones will you love simplicity? Fools hate knowledge. Proverbs can rip it. But back to these scriptures. Through Adam, through a Mashiach, blessed be the power and the Abba of our Adawan, Mashiach Yahweh Shai, that we may know him in the resurrection, being the first fruits of them to rise. He will also raise us up by his power. Ye men of Yasharallah, hear these words. Praise ye Yahweh, hallelujah. Praise him for his mighty acts, hallelujah. Praise him for his greatness, hallelujah. Let everything that have breath praise ye Yahweh, hallelujah, 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 yeah.
Your death gon' be, ha, my fate gon' be. Yahweh Shai, my resurrection, resurrection. I'm born again, no more sin. He conquered death, I'm resurrected, resurrected.
Because the picture of dry bones in the valley is talking about you. The picture of Lazarus laying dead 4 days is talking about you. You're Lazarus. You're the dry bones. You're the prodigal son. You're the lost sheep. You're the people about whom the Bible is speaking, who will stand up in the last day when the trumpet is sounded. Black people are waking up. Black people are standing up. Black people are rising up, and they're throwing sight into that knee-shaking white man.
I keep on having visions that they put me in the auction, a runaway slave till they put me in the coffin. Tears in my eyes with a noose around my neck, screaming Kwam Yasharallah right before my last breath. I can't believe my eyes, cause I'm seeing life distorted. The prince is in chains while the servants drive Porsches. He ain't want the baby, so she had an abortion. Grown men walking around and women's clothed in the door. Zion is acting like whores. Remove this cup for me, cause I can't take this shit no more. 1611 got a sharpen up my sword. Living in the third day, it's gonna be a holy war. Lope up at my table in the presence of my enemies. Talk behind my back, but they don't keep that same energy. Tell me how you real, but you got them fake tendencies. Manipulating scriptures, you ain't nothing but a Pharisee. Got me suicidal, cause I can't tell my friends from my rivals. Gotta keep my rifle right next to my Bible. Father, please forgive me for my sins and wicked ways. I know I violated on that covenant. We know I have picture in the day we see a solar eclipse and watch it how it shall walk over that water in Flint. Cause it's time for revenge, that's what I read in Revelations. And we don't want no money, we need blood reparations.
I mean that, cause these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever you think you are. We thugs against these motherfuckers. You know? And until we lose, I'ma call it like it is. I'm gonna be a man in the store. You know? And we can go for our 5 different houses and a man in each motherfucker.
I'm not Turner on this beat, Dutty Bookman flow. Oppression and poverty while you slay my people though. Y'all dirty pigs, gotta pay for what y'all did. Y'all fed the babies to gators, remember gator betas. I call it now and ladies because revenge is sweet. Y'all hung my fathers from the tree cause they look like me. Boy, letter to my dog, man, I ate a call. Turn like coal, you can call them as I run on spoons. My scripture break his bones, and then it make you strong. We study it for hours, this word ain't for no cowards. We building us for soldiers, it wake you up like Folgers. We prophesying wins, we looking for the wins. Cause we don't take no L's, we coming up from hell. My scriptures ain't for sale, my soul is never sold, and I will never fold. Woman under deodorant, fluoridated water. Children on the street, selling bodies for a quarter. Fringed up with my beard, mixture on my head. I look around, see a lot of spirits dead. I see the demons talking, I hear the spirits chirping. I see the spirits walking, I see my people hurting. You looking at the sons of the true and living God. Weak Edomites run the world, something nah. Teach my hands to fight, and please prepare my spirit. Banging for our power, until the people hear us.
To the place where commandments can only get us what you talking about. Edomite witness, now you can't come with us. It's a closed party, only march to the eye. Yasha, I don't enter there. 12 gates with no white people. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And it's a celebration. Salute to the light of Zion. Kwam Yasha Allah. 12 tribes of Yasha Allah. Be obedient to the Most High God. Keep the law, statutes, commandments. Keep the light of Zion burning bright. Kwam Yasha Allah. Isaiah 8:20, law, statutes, commandments, faith in the Messiah. Kwam.
Bashem Yahawashai, Bashem Yahawashai, true sides. Drawing the swords, hitting the bows, severing thumbs, and head toes, beheading kings, as in the times of old. Spoiling the women and children, silver and gold. The fishermen that put away the fishing poles. In very small numbers, Yahweh sent forth his hunters. Strong towers they conquered, over walls they jump, over heads they stumped, over heads they stumped. This is the hunt. This is the almighty power of revenge that make mighty men cower within. By his mighty hand we been brought up out of this land. This is our exodus. Don't kill the messenger, just take the messages. Are you listening? This is our exodus. Don't kill the messenger, just take the messages. Are you listening? Open up your ears. This is our exodus. Don't kill the messenger, just take the messages.
NYMG, LOZ, AOI. Pay attention.
I be Abram, I be Isaac, I be Jacob. I be Moses, I be Aaron, I be Caleb. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be Abram, I be Isaac, I be Jacob. I be Peter, I be Paul, I be Philip. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be Elijah, rain down fire. I be Elijah, ascend to a higher. Why do they try us, deny us, turn up the heat and fry us? Is it because they ain't us? Is it because they hate us? Is it because we call upon the name of the Messiah? I be like Yahweh Shai. Father told me never lie. Father told me bear my cross. Now I know it's do or die. Father told me crucify my flesh so I can say a lie. I be Abram, I be Isaac, I be Jacob. I be Moses, I be Aaron, I be Caleb. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be Abram, I be Isaac, I be Jacob. I be Peter, I be Paul, I be Philip. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be like Christ, I ain't wasting time. I'm trying to shine bright like that star in the sky. He be my light, he be my law, he be my temple. I put burdens on instrumentals to bend you, mold you, show you the tree of life before you. I'm picking grapes from the vine, trying to be divine. But with all this sin in my life, I know I'm bound to die. I ain't wasting time, I'm trying to shine my light. I be like Christ. I be Abram, I be Isaac, I be Jacob. I be Moses, I be Aaron, I be Caleb. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be Abram, I be Isaac, I be Jacob. I be Peter, I be Paul, I be Philip. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. I be Abram, I be Isaac, I be Jacob. I be Moses, I be Aaron, I be Caleb. I be like Christ, I be like Christ. Ha!
Yahweh, Bahashim, Mashiach, Yahweh, Shabaraka, Thumb. Everything we do, word or deed, do all. Bahashim, Mashiach, Yahweh, Shah. Giving thanks to the Abba, Yahweh, Yahweh. He so loved, Yasharala. Not ashamed nor confounded. World without end. How you did? Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little, there a little. All this damn time living a perverse and wicked life. Sin stack no sin. Bethink myself, raise my hands, face the land. We are yet this day in our captivity, subject to payments, food, water, and the raiment if we make it. Killing us slowly, leaving us in the basement. Damn, it's a disgrace. Send servants on horses, princes walking in servants. I'm an Israelite, damn it, don't call me black no more.
I'm an Israelite, don't call me black. Where the conscience was at? Don't be ashamed, we the real Jews, yeah, the real kings. No synagogue or Satan, no Edom, no Canaan. Justice will be just for Hebrew men. Heathens can't find their way in. Blasphemy, you wicked pagan abomination. Redemption is for the nation. Just keep your patience. Law, statutes, and commandments, we all the way in. Levi, yeah, we the true priests, refraining from sin. Came into this truth with no hold bars. Now I'm dropping 16. Yellow, we want ours. All praises to her Mashiach who got it this far. Now it's we got next. I'm a limitless star. This is a challenge for the Israelites. Shout out to Kalamar and Kodak, we reaching heights. Christ is blacker than an Egyptian night. Soldiers dropping them bombs just like it's dynamite. Coconut water give you electrolytes. Waiting and praying about it day and night. The missile sights, we taking flight. Let these scriptures flow through your body like the vision we seeing that's like celestial life. Don't pay attention to all these parasites. Jehovah wickedness and the polites. Catholics and Christianity have no right. Give praise to the almighty sacrifice. By Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
I hopped off the porch and all camo, screaming out justice for Philando. Another nigga down every time I change the channel. Where everybody swear they about the light, but I don't understand why ain't nobody ride when they kill Sandra Bland. I'm standing in the trenches with my gun and my fridges. If these crackers touch my kids, they gon' have to call forensics. Salah, now let that breathe for a minute. If you make me lament, I'm gon' have to repent. Get to stabbing these white folks up like OJ. And I ain't talking the Bible, but I call that holy. Mask on, fucking mask off, screaming Kwam Yasharella every time I blast off. Nat turn the floor right before they lynch them. I can spit a couple scriptures, make you lose your religion. The Django, this is the sequel. I don't see, speak, hear, or fear no evil.
All these facts that these heathens hide, man, they should. They knew that if our people find out, then they know they took. That's the year of the revelation, man, it ain't good. But only for our people who ain't doing good. The Spanish culture that I've been living, man, it ain't good. It ain't where my background come from, man, I'm tough. But if you knew me from my neighborhood, then you knew none of this new knowledge ain't gon' have me shook. Man, I promise if you knew me, you know I ain't gon' lie. I used to be like I'm a chico, y parte de gaño y Panama. But I bet you ain't know that's what the white man untied us high. Look, it's young Zay, I mean, yeah, ties Zakai. Look, you know I ain't gon' leave this beat, I'm gon' ride. I'm gon' stick here for the struggle, yes, I will die. For my Abba, I ain't talking about what you talking about. I'm talking for my father, Yahweh. Ba Hashem Mashiach, Yahweh Shabaraka Thumb. Banaporium, spirit screaming, you want war? Come get some. Hell no, I ain't playing, son. Just like my other son, I got Levi and Benjamin's behind me, little one. Oh yeah, brother. Todos mis hermanos españoles y hermanas necesitan despertar. Sus hebreos deslietas, no español.
Moi son israélite, moi pas noir encore. Haïtien, africain, moi pas ça encore. Si m'sorti nan Guinée, c'est pas sa Bible a fait m'connaît. Des Genèse, Apocalypse, Bible a parlé de moi. Descendant Abraham, Isaac, ak Jacob. Moi a Christ semblé une même couleur corps. Ou capable quoi m'passer ou pas de rédempteur. Mais dans Deutéronomy 28, verset 68, mon Dieu puni nous pour te dire. Et mauvaise conduite, fait l'esclavage par bateau. Qui te blanc comploté pour bon coup de grâce dans le dos. M'a parlé avec, faut me réveiller pour qui est souillé. Ou pas ici africain. Nèg ou nègre, sous c'est peuple Israël, petit créateur, y'a paix éternelle. D'après Somme 57, verset 19 et 20, dans tout peuple qui sous la terre, c'est ça nous connaît, c'est ça fait ma 12 ans mi moins. Faut qu'on prenne, allez dis ça.
You hear this? Read it again. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. What that mean? Thrust through. What that mean, brother? You all know? Read it again. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. A sword is going inside of him. You hear that? A sword, period. And everyone that is joined unto them. Everyone that is joined unto them. You want to hold hands on camera?
Blah, blah, yeah, blah, blah, yeah. Yeah, I got the chain with the whip. I'm just sticking to the script. Yeah, 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 yeah. What you talking about? Y'all not talking crazy. What you talking about?
He said, holy mean? Holy means separate. Read on. For I, the Most High, am holy. For I, the Most High, is separate. You're so goddamn smart, you ain't got nothing to say now. What the hell does separate mean? What does separate mean? Well, listen now.
What
what you talking about? He from the south, you talking cheap like a Roman noodle. All you talk about is what about the white man? I think you like a Roman noodle. How you pro-black but love some white girls? Don't you know what they did to us? They gave us perms, made you hate yourself, made you pro-abortion, made you feminist. Nah, boo-boo. Don't let these people fool you. Called out their bamboozle. Don't you know that you Hebrew? Kwam Yasharala. For these Edomites, I got a whip and chain with the collar. Raising us some prophets from the ghettos and the slums. Talking about they got the machetes, knives, and guns. Throwing bottles at the prophets, better think the outer one. If you throw something again, you gon' look like me pun. I tell you, you a god, you a king. That we deserve the gold in the earth and everything. But now you try to tell me that we really preaching hate. But where was all this love when our fathers getting raped? Rape the mothers and our daughters and our sisters. Stockholm syndrome at its best, you stuck within the system. Yeah, how is my power in the Father in the heavens? You got a Smith & Wesson, but we got 1611. Yeah, I ain't never scared. Never scared, never scared, never scared, never scared, never scared. If I ever see Borgia, I'ma smack him. If I ever see white Jesus, I'ma clap him. If my brothers go to war, I'ma back them. If I ever see my brothers, I'ma dap them. Yeah, hit the sun in my bones get stronger. You hit the sun in your body get weak. All that sunscreen, you try to tell me I'm 3/5 a human being. What the hell is you talking about? I heard your people come from caves. Edom is a wild animal, and I heard your people won't be slaves. Yeah. How you gonna try to tell me I'm racist, man? How you tell me I'm racist, right? But you hung my people from trees, right? You hung my people from trees, you drug them from trucks, you cut babies out of the womb of the mothers, right? God. But I'm the one that's in the wrong, right?
I said, is there a term Jewish in the Torah? Huh?
Solomon's book.
And it says Jewish?
It says Jewish.
Somebody give this man a Bible. Somebody give this man a Bible.
Sir, I would like to point out that I'm a rabbi, so I just thought I would know this.
You feel?
I'm a rabbi.
You're a rabbi.
I'm a rabbi.
Okay. Come closer, Rabbi.
They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie, but won't do what's right to say they like. They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie. I can't lie, that pie sweet, you gotta give it a try. They want the kingdom of heaven, but won't keep commandments. They want the kingdom of heaven, but don't know how to get it. They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie, but won't do what's right to say they like. They want a piece of the pie because they know it's sweet. Even though I serve them, they don't notice me. Not for gratification, for your fulfillment. The kingdom is yours, Israel just seek. Take heed, believe. Yahweh Shai King, Jerusalem bleed. Polluted by the Gentiles, the wicked one, snake Lucifer, bloody red face, red carpet, everything stays. The truth vague, cut the saints locked away. Damn it, you don't get it. Keep commandments, keep living. It's that simple, but everything complicated. Relationship status, sin do damage like shipwreck. Throw them out the deck, that's a spade check. What you got left? A bunch of Jews on the street corner. Salvation at your fingertips, but don't lick your fingers yet. He endures to the end, shall taste this. Drink of his blood at the table when I break bread. Let the dogs eat the crumbs, everybody fed. You ain't down with the Christ, everybody dead. Keep commandments, the whole duty of man. Drink his blood at the table when I break bread. Let the dogs eat the crumbs, everybody fed. You ain't down with the Christ, everybody dead.
What's the deal? Hey man, y'all had that pie yet? Man, that pie mixed with milk and honey. Do you know how that tastes? Don't you know if you just eat the whole pie, how it's gonna be in your tummy like?
They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie, but won't do what's right to say they like. They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie. I can't lie, that pie sweet, you gotta give it a try. They want the kingdom of heaven, but won't keep commandments. They want the kingdom of heaven, but don't know how to get it. They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie, but won't do what's right to say they like. The Most High watches the realms from the third heaven. In the vision of the night, I seen the Son of Man sitting by his side, clothed in linen with a girdle, having 7 horns, 7 eyes, the 7 candlesticks, the Spirit of the Most High in the midst of them. The spirit of knowledge and understanding, the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of counsel and might, the fear of Yah on my mind. Yahweh my flesh, Yahweh my bone. He's part of me, my therapy, my remedy. A better me, a better life. I choose to separate from these parasites, cause I ate that pie. Yeah, I ate that pie. Yeah, yeah.
Do you smell what the Most High is cooking? Man, it's that pie. Everybody want to try to get a piece, but you ain't willing to do what you got to do to get a piece. I got my pie. I hope you got your pie. But at the end, when you taste that pie, boy, it's going to be sweet. Let's go ahead and get it. Akim, raise them up.
They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie, but won't do what's right to say they like. They want a piece of the pie, they want a piece of the pie. I can't lie, that pie sweet, you gotta give it a try. They want the kingdom of heaven, but won't keep commandments. They want the kingdom of heaven, but don't know how to get it. They want a piece of the pie.
Rabbi means master, it means master teacher. Okay? Master, where you from, by the way? Israel. You're from Israel. Okay? Where? Your name is Moshe. You're saying you're Moses, right? Now, what color is Moses according to the Bible?
That's right.
Well, he was of Arab descent, so you'll hear about brown.
Did not Moses pass for an Egyptian?
Well, when you look at it,
Did not Moses pass for an Egyptian?
when you look at it,
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. It's a yes or no question.
kind of passed.
You kind of passed. And you said you're a rabbi? Give me Exodus 4 and 6. Okay, give me Exodus 4 and 6.
Now, are you looking at the Christian?
Where's your, huh? No, we're in the Torah, okay? Give me Exodus 4 and 6. What you holding? Right there.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 22. Come on. Professing themselves.
Do what?
Professing themselves.
If you can't go, you said you're a rabbi, you're a master teacher. Come on.
To be wise.
To be what?
To be wise.
To be who?
To be wise.
You're saying that you're wise. Come on.
They became fools.
They became who?
They became fools.
You're going to stand before the true prophets of the Most High God. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're going to find it out. Before you leave today, you're going to find that out. Okay, read.
Welcome to the Passover. Welcome to the Passover. We praise Yahweh when them death angels passed over us. Yasharallah, we going home, it's almost over. It's almost over. I said it's almost over. We praise Yahweh when them death angels passed over us. Yasharallah, we going home, it's almost over. Welcome to the Passover. Well, we praise Yahweh when them death angels passed over us. It came to pass when the Lord smited all Egyptians, killed all their firstborn, the recompense for our afflictions. He told Pharaoh, let my people go. But Pharaoh hardened up his heart even more. When them plagues came, they pleaded it with Moses. The Egyptians almost starved when he hit them with them locusts. Yeah, in the blood, in the flies, in the lights, in the frogs, in the hell, in the darkness, 3 nights. All praises to Yahweh. 10 plagues he put on Egypt just to show his power. Yeah. Exodus 12 and 23. The Passover will forever be a memory. The day we was redeemed out of captivity. The day we was redeemed out of captivity. I love to tell my kids this story, why we celebrate this day and give Yahweh all the glory. Closely examine the book and take heed to every word of why we eat the lamb, unleavened bread and bitter herb. Welcome to the Passover. Welcome to the Passover. We praise Yahweh when them death angels passed over us. Yasharallah, we going home, it's almost over.
And behold, I will gather them out of all the countries, whether I have driven them in mine anger, and in my fury, and in great wrath. And I will bring them again unto this place.
This that Exodus 23 and 15. Keep the feast, eat the bread for 7 days. Keep the law, that's the key. You don't keep it, boy, you sleep. We in bondage, we in chains. I got that iron around my neck. Killed our babies, they are slain. This is Egypt, what you think? This is bondage, what you know? Lord, destroy the land of north. Please put plagues on America. Abba, they ain't hearing ya. Built this land on royal blood. Angels got it out for ya. Angels got it out for ya. All praises to my Father in the heavens, can you save us? Stuck in the land of bondage, they kill us and they hate us. Give them cross, give them lights and give them beasts. And give them boys, give them hell and curse they feast. Kill they babies for all their iniquities. And this is what it's gonna be like fire, fire. Lord, please pass over America. They got your children in some chains. I know we transgressed the law from you. This slavery thing really ain't a game.
Welcome to the Passover. Welcome to the Passover. We praise Yahweh when them death angels passed over us. Yasharallah, we going home, it's almost over. It's almost over. I said it's almost over. We praise Yahweh when them death angels passed over us. Yasharallah, we going home, it's almost over.
For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the intel and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass.
Hashem, the blessing of the Sabbath day. Repeat the Hebrew only. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, that gives to us the Sabbath day and peace. Thank you, so be it. Amen. Barakatha Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hawa Thananawa, Hashabath, Shalom, Thawada, Thanyad, Amen. The calling of the tribes. Shofar. Tribes to the east. Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Bunyanyan. Done. Shema. Yasharella. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Akkad. Saw, turn. Tribes to the south. Shemaiwan. Yashakar. Zabalawan. Shema. Yasharella. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Akkad. Saw, turn. Tribes to the west. Gad. Ashar. Naphtali. Shema. Yasharella. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Akkad. Saw, turn. Tribes to the north. Roban. Yahawada. Loya. Shema. Yasharella. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Saw, turn. Shema Yasharella, Yahweh Alahai Nawa, Yahweh Akkad. Hero Israel, Yahweh's our power, Yahweh's one. Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Thawada, Thanyad, Amen. The blessing of the Torah. Repeat the Hebrew only. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the law. Barakatha Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hawa Thananawa, Hathorah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light to see. Barakatha Yahweh,
Barakatha Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hawa'ah, Thananawa, Ha'awar, La Ra'ah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, name Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the ram's horn to call a people. Barakatha Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hawa'ah, Thananawa, Ha'ayo, La Ra'ah, Ha'ayim. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel. Barakatha Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hawa'ah, Thananawa, Hasheman, Zayath, Lamashak, Yasharallah, Thawada, Thanyan, Amen. The Ten Commandments in the Lashawan Kodash. Repeat the Hebrew only. La'a, Yahaya, Lakan, Alahariam, Akariam, Alpanya, La'a, Thaisha, Lakan, Pasau, Wala'a, Thaibadam, La'a, Lakwakwath, Sham, Yahweh, Bashawa, Zakar, Hayawam, Shabbath, Lakwadashwa, Kabad, Abaka, Wa'amaka, La'a, Taratazak, La'a, Tana'at, La'a, Taganat, La'a, Aino, Shakur, La'a, Takamad, Kal, Asharai, Lara'aika, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Thawada, Thanyan, Amen. The Ten Commandments in English, the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other powers before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy power in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath for Yahweh thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. By Hashem Mashiach Yahushai, the water, the miyad, Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Mashiach Palau. Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabashamayim. Kodash. Haya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwavka. Thaba'a. Ratazaka. Haya. Aisha. Baharataza. Ka. Haya. Bashamayim. Tholanawa. Makhom. Kayawum. Wasalaknawa. Kabawatinawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawatinawa. Wala'a. Thabiyanawa. Manasai 1. Abo. Awashina, Manrai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wala Allah, Wala Thaiparaf, I will love you, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, the water, the Yad, Amen. The Mashiach Palau, his prayer, the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9.
After this manner, therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. By Hashem Mashak Yahushua, the water, the miyad, Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Hashem.
Yahushua.
Hashem.
Yahushua.
Psalms 133 in Elisha 1 Kodash. Repeat the Hebrew only. Shayar,
Shayar,
Amawath,
Amawath,
Madawad,
Madawad,
Hana,
Hana,
Ma,
Ma,
Tawa,
Tawa,
Wama,
Wama,
Nayam,
Nayam,
Shabbath,
Shabbath,
Akim,
Akim,
Gum,
Gum,
Yakad,
Yakad,
Kashaman,
Kashaman,
Hatawa,
Hatawa,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Haraash,
Haraash,
Yarad,
Yarad,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Azakwan,
Azakwan,
Zakwan,
Zakwan,
Aharon,
Aharon,
Shayarad,
Shayarad,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Paya,
Paya,
Madawathyawa,
Madawathyawa,
Kato,
Kato,
Karamwan,
Karamwan,
Shayarad,
Shayarad,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Haraya,
Haraya,
Taziawan,
Taziawan,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Shem,
Shem,
Tazawa,
Tazawa,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ath,
Ath,
Abirkad,
Abirkad,
Kayayam,
Kayayam,
I Willam,
Willam,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Mashiach,
Mashiach,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the Wada,
the Wada,
the Yad,
the Yad,
Amen. Psalms 133 in English.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head, that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there Yahweh commanded the blessing, even life, forevermore. By Hashem Mashak Yahushai, the water, the miyad, Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Bahashem.
Yahushua.
Bahashem.
Yahushua.
Psalms 150 to praise.
Praise ye Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Most High in the sanctuary.
Hallelujah.
Praise him in the firmament of his power.
Hallelujah.
Praise him for his mighty acts.
Hallelujah.
Praise him according to his excellent greatness.
Hallelujah.
Praise him with the sound of the trumpet.
Hallelujah.
Praise him with the psaltery and harp.
Hallelujah.
Praise him with the timbrel and dance.
Hallelujah.
Praise him with the string instruments and organs.
Hallelujah.
Praise him upon the loud cymbals.
Hallelujah.
Praise him upon the high sounding cymbals.
Hallelujah.
Let everything that have breath praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Praise Yahweh, by Hashem Mashak Yahushai, the water, the miyad, Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Let everything that have breath praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Let everything that have breath praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
All praise and all things go out to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because truly his mercy endure forever. We come before you, Abba Yahweh, and we come before you and we thank you on this Shabbat day for blessing us with a Shabbat in peace, Abba Yahweh. We want to thank you once again for blessing us with the school that we have, the roof over our head, and we are the elements of Yahweh. Please send the righteous angels to encamp around all of us, all Israel, that face Jerusalem and call on thy high holy name, by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai. Please put a spirit of healing of Yahweh on our beloved Captain Yahshua and Yahweh. Please put the spirit of healing, send the righteous angels to encamp around him, keep him strength up of Yahweh. Build them up in the spirit of Yahweh, bring them back whole to the fold. Please forgive us all for our transgression. And if anyone needed any kind of healing, please send the righteous angels to encamp around you, all Israel, that we may be redeemed in these last days of Yahweh. Please forgive us for our transgression. And as always, please come get us out of this captivity. I thought. All these things we ask and praise in your name, Yahweh, and your Son who came and died for the nation of Israel, and Israel only, HaMashiach Yahushai, by Shema Mashiach Yahushai, the Wada Fenyad, Amen. Yeshabia. Everyone be seated. All right, here we go. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
All right. Shabbat and peace. The water for everyone coming out, keeping the Shabbat with us at this particular time. We're running a little bit behind today, but we're going to jump right into the portion. Today's portion is going to be Deuteronomy 16. Sorry, 16 and not 16. Deuteronomy 11. Right. 11 and 26 to 16 and 17. Right. So I know I was mixing. I got a little confused there. So there's a lot of information in these portions. We're coming up actually on the tabernacle, so we're going to be finishing the book of Deuteronomy towards the end of the tabernacles, and towards the beginning of the tabernacles. Then it will start again at the beginning of the at the end of the tabernacles. It will start again the portion, and we'll start again from Genesis 1 verse 1. Right. So as always, we start out with the book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 17. Let's open up the word of Yah. Let's dig into this portion. There's a lot of information in here. Right? A lot of information, a lot of understanding that's going to come out today through the Spirit of Yah by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
By Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua, Tawarat and Yad, Aman. All right, let's jump into it. Deuteronomy. That's 11 and 23, correct?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 23. Then will the Most High drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be. There shall no man be able to stand before you, for the Most High your power shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon.
Right, so when we receive and we go into the land, the blessing is going to be that we're going to receive our inheritance. Not only that, but the other nations are going to know that we are a people to be feared, because we have the true and living power, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob with us. And as long as you have that power, well then nothing can come against you, right? Read on.
As he hath said unto you, behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
Right.
A blessing if you obey the commandments of the Most High your power, which I command you this day.
Right.
And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Most High your power.
Right, and that's a blessing and a curse. That's why when you look at what's going on with the nation today, our people, as you can see, when we don't keep the commandments, what happens? We are cursed, right? Our people are getting gunned down. Tell me, name one of those guys that got gunned down by the police was keeping the commandments, right? You can't. Because if you was keeping the commandments, you would not be out there at that time of night or rolling around the street. You got stuff in the car, things you don't need to be having in the car, riding around dirty, as they say, riding dirty, right? So you shouldn't be doing that when you're keeping the commandments of Yah, okay? So it's a curse that is happening to our people. We being gunned down. One brother just brought out, I think he's a comedian, right? He brought out about, they had a Puerto Rican Day parade in Chicago, and it was a fender bender. The guy jumped out of the car and shot the husband and the wife, killed both of them because of a fender bender. You know what I mean?
It was a Puerto Rican Day parade.
It was Puerto Rican, right?
They were both Puerto Ricans.
And they're right, so-called Puerto Rican, right? right? And he jumped out the car, and this I forgot the guy's name who made the YouTube video. I think he's one of them well-known comedians. He's a Boricua, you know what I mean? So he made this video and said that these guys are a bunch of cowards. Because why would you kill somebody over a fender bender? You could still drive away from a fender bender. It's not like the car is destroyed or the car is, caught on fire and it exploded and you can't get home. Now you got to Uber home or somebody got to come pick you up. It was a fender bender. You know what I mean? They got into an argument and he wound up pointing a gun at the wife, and the husband jumped in the middle, and when the wife fell on the floor, he shot the wife, then he shot the husband in the back of the head. Yeah, trying to protect the wife, killed both of them. Now they have 2 children they're gonna grow up with without what? Without their parents, mother or father. Which is a crying shame, you know what I mean? We killing each other. But this is the condition of what's happening. This is the curse. Right? This is the curse that's happening to us. Read on that.
But turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other powers which ye have not known.
Sorry, read that from the top again, 28.
Verse 28. And a curse, if you would not obey the commandments of the Most High your power.
Right, they were not obeying the commandments of the Most High your power. Right? They wasn't obeying him, because they would have never did that to those people. Right? Read on.
But turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other powers,
right,
which ye have not known.
Right. Read on.
And it shall come to pass, when the Most High thy power have brought thee into the land, whither thou goest to possess it, that thou shalt put the blessing upon Mount Gerizim, and the curse upon Mount Ebal.
Read.
And are they not on the other side Jordan, by the way where the sun goeth down, in the land of the Canaanites, which dwell in the champaign over against Gilgal, beside the plains of Moreh? For ye shall pass over Jordan, to go in to possess the land which the Most High your power giveth you.
Right.
And ye shall possess it and dwell therein.
Read.
And ye shall observe to do all the statutes and judgments which I set before you this day.
Right. So we're going to do the statutes and the judgments which the Most High has set before us. He gave us the law and the statute commandments and the judgments before we got into the land. It was a reason why the Most High was ridding the land, was getting rid of the people that were in the land, and was giving us instruction how to do what? To deal with the land and deal with the people. Right? Because things needed to be in order. The Most High is a man of order. Right? Law and order. Right? You're not going to come into the land and be doing your own thing. Right? Twerking and doing all that foolishness. The Most High is not dealing with that. Right? Read on. We're going into chapter 12. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 1.
These are the statutes and judgments,
right,
which ye shall observe to do in the land.
Right. When we observe, what it means to observe, to what? To look. Right? And eventually you will do them. Read.
Which the Lord the Most High thy power of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth.
Right. All the days that we live upon the earth, we're supposed to be in our land. That is the prophecy. We're supposed to be in our land. But you know, we were cursed because why? We disobeyed the law of the Most High. Straight up. Right? We disobeyed him. We disobeyed Moses. He was the deliverer of the law. Right? We was murmuring behind his back. These things all brought us to a crying shame. Right? Read on now.
Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their powers. Upon the high mountains, and upon the hills, and upon every green tree.
Right, so he said, ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye have shall possess serve their gods. So what's that talking about? It's talking about the places where the Canaanites, where they had their water god, and their serpent god, and their dog god. Whatever altar they had set up, that thing need to be destroyed. Period. Right? There's no in between. Okay? There's no, well, let me hold on to that. That looks good. Well, let me hold on to this. I don't worship it, but it's gold. Why would I get rid of this? Right? The Most High didn't want us to keep anything, destroy everything. All right, read on.
And ye shall overthrow their altars.
So overthrow their altars, read.
And break their pillars.
Right, break their pillars, right? Because they set up pillars and then they coverings to cover the altar, right? The Most High said destroy all of that, read.
And burn their groves with fire.
Burn them with fire, right? Why fire? Why not just pour water on them? Right? Fire will destroy everything, right? Yeah, the fire will destroy everything and leave nothing, not even the dust behind, when you burn it, right? Right, which is very important. So that way, there's nothing left, not a remnant of it behind. Because if you hit it with a brick, it'll break in pieces. If you hit it with a hammer, it'll break in pieces, and it'll be pieces of it around the Most High. He didn't want that. He wanted it totally annihilated. Right? So you don't have to think about it in your mind and say, well, that looked like a nice piece right there. No. Get rid of it all. Read on that.
And ye shall hew down the graven images of their powers, and destroy the names of them out of that place.
Right. And you shall destroy the names of them. That means the names that they had there. They had the land of the Jebusites or the Canaanites or whatever land that nation dwelt in. The Most High said He wanted to destroy everything because that land is going to be what? The land of Israel. Right? So all those names had to go. Hold that. Let me get one precept. I think it's 2 Corinthians 10. Yeah, 2 Corinthians chapter 10. No, start at 3.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 3.
Read that.
For though we walk in the flesh.
Right, so we walking in the flesh. Come. Read.
We do not war after the flesh.
Right, it ain't time to go out and get your Glock and go out there on the corner talking about you busting shots for the Most High. No. Read.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We in a spiritual battle right now. Right? That spiritual battle is with Satan and his number one son, Esau. That's the battle we having right now. Right? It's not the time to physically go out there and battle and fight. This is the time to wake our people up, to bring them back into the word of the Most High. So the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but read.
But mighty.
Right.
Through the Most High.
Through the Most High. Read.
To the pulling down of strongholds.
To the pulling down of the strongholds. Read.
Casting down imaginations.
Casting down imagination. Esau has a imagination like no one before, like I'd never seen before. You know, he has an imagination, man. He has our people living in Disney World, right? You know, even our men, when they go out and search for a woman, they just think they gotta be just solely in love and throw flowers at her feet and run around talking about I love you. And the women go crazy for that, right? As soon as they buy him a car and buy him nice things, they say, oh, he's a good man because he brought me these things. He's just a man that spends money. That's all. That don't make him a good man. A good man serves the Most High. Right? A good man, what? The Most High said, Yahushua said, I'm not good. The only one good is my Father that's in heaven. He didn't even take the credit of being good. Right? So a lot of times, we don't know. Right? He says, casting down the imaginations. We can't let Esau's imagination and his dreams confuse us with true love and the keeping of the commandments, right? Read verse 5.
And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Right, every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High. Caesar Borgias, right? They exalted that over the real true image of Yahushua, right? The misunderstanding of John 3:16. the misunderstanding of John 3:16. Read.
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Mashiach Yahusha.
Right. Read.
And having in readiness to revenge all disobedience.
Right. Having in readiness all disobedience. All those that want to disobey the Most High, His word, His law, His statute, commandments. Read.
When your obedience is fulfilled.
Right. Drop that. Let's go back. We're going to cast down all these imaginations, all these thoughts that, you know, Esau has projected to our people. Right? That you're going to buy a big house and a car and your wife and 2 children and a dog and a cat and a white picket fence. This idea of the American dream is garbage. It's Disney World. Right? We got to come into the reality of that. We have to come back as a nation of people and know who we are. Because without a past, there's no future. Malcolm X said that a very long time ago. Right? If you don't know who you are, then you don't know where you're going. Let's go back. Pick it up at Deuteronomy 12 and verse 5. 4. So I can.
Verse 4. Ye shall not do so unto the Most High your power.
Read.
But unto the place which the Most High your power shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there.
Right.
Even unto his habitation shall you seek, and thither thou shalt come.
Right. When we come into that land and we destroy their groves and their altars and destroy everything, what are we going to do there? We're going to set up our altars. Right? We're going to put the Most High's name there. Right? We're going to, you see Yahweh or Yahweh Shai there on the buildings, right? On the altars. Right? Read.
And thither ye shall bring your burnt offerings, and your sacrifices, and your tithes, and heap offerings of your hand, and your vows,
right?
And your free will offerings, and the firstlings of your herds,
right?
And of your flocks.
Right, so we're going to bring all these things when we come into the land. All our offerings, all our sacrifices, once we clear the land of the madness that these people has got going on, right? Read on.
And there ye shall eat before the Most High your power. And ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hand unto. Ye and your households, wherein the Most High thy power hath blessed thee.
Right.
Ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day, every man whosoever is right in his own eyes. For ye are not as yet come to the rest and to the inheritance, which the Most High your power giveth you.
Right, the Most High giving the instructions to do what He wants us to do, the law and the statute commandments, not the things that come to your mind, not what you feel like you want to do. Right? We under orders. I hope you know that. We under orders as men, as women, and as children. We are under orders. Right? When we take the land, and we're gonna be in that land again, we're gonna have to repeat all this stuff again. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, to give you bad news. We have to do all this all over again. You know what we like? Our whole nation is like the book of Jonah. What was his whole purpose? Anybody remember? Jonah, what was his whole purpose? To warn the children of Israel, right? What are you gonna say, Radai?
I was gonna say, you know, to make way for your house shot so they can come to repentance. So same thing.
Right, but the question I said, Jonah, what was his whole purpose? What was he to do? Why did he go on the whale? Why did he go in the belly? He didn't want to do his job. Right. So it's captivity. This is why we in this captivity. Because why? We didn't want to do our job. This is the condition that we're in because of our disobedience. We just read it. If we obey the Most High, we'll be blessed. If we disobey, we'll be cursed. This is the condition that we are in right now because we didn't obey His law, His statute, and His commandments. Right? From the very top to the bottom. Okay? Read on now.
Verse 7. And there ye shall eat before the Most High your power, and ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hand unto, ye and your households, wherein the Most High thy power hath blessed thee.
Right.
Ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day, every man whosoever is right in his own eyes. For ye are not as yet come to the rest and to inheritance, which the Most High your power giveth you. But when ye go over Jordan and dwell in the land, which the Most High your power giveth you to inherit, and when he giveth you rest from all your enemies round about, so that ye dwell in safety, then there shall be a place which the Most High your power shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. Thither shall ye bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings, and your sacrifices, your tithes, and the heave offerings of your hand, and all your choice vows which ye vow unto the Most High. Ye shall rejoice before the Most High your power, ye and your sons, and your daughters, and your men servants, and your maid servants, and the Levite that is within your gates.
Right.
For as much as he have no part nor inheritance with you. Take heed to thyself that thou offer not thy burnt offerings in every place that thou seest, but in the place which the Most High thy power choose in one of thy tribes. There shalt thou offer thy burnt offerings, and there thou shalt do all that I command thee. Notwithstanding, thou mayest kill and eat flesh in all thy gates. Whosoever thy soul lusteth after, according to the blessing of the Most High thy power, which he hath given thee, the unclean and the clean may eat thereof, as of the roebuck and as of the hart.
Right. Read.
Only ye shall not eat the blood. Ye shall pour it upon the earth as water.
Right. We're not supposed to eat the blood because why? It's the life. The blood is the life. We're not supposed to eat that. Right. So he said, you come into your gates. You get your food. You kill it to eat. And he said the clean and the unclean. Right. We was talking about the person being clean and unclean, not the food. Everybody understand that? All right. Read on. 17.
Thou mayest not eat within thy gates the tithe of thy corn, or of thy wine, or of the oil, or the firstlings of thy herds of the flock, nor any of thy vows which thou vowest, nor thy freewill offerings, or heave offering in thy hand. But thou must eat them before the Lord thy power, in a place which the Most High thy power shall choose. Thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite that is within thy gates. And thou shalt rejoice before the Most High thy power in all that thou puttest thine hands unto.
Right.
Take heed to thyself, that thou forsake not the Levite as long as thou livest upon the earth.
Read that again now.
Take heed to thyself,
right,
that thou forsake not the Levite as long as he livest upon the earth.
You see that? You always make sure, that's right, all praises. You always make sure you take care of the Levite. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. You know, the Levite's in your gate, make sure you're taking care of the Levite. Make sure he's good. Right? That's where it's supposed to be, yes.
And this is a clear commandment.
Right, it's a commandment, yeah. For as long as you live upon the earth, you must take care of the Levite. Right? That's the commandment of the Most High. So our Levite are before us. We got to make sure we're taking care of them. Con? You all right, Levi? Need some water? I bet the Levite might need some water. All right. Read on, verse 20. It's going to get more with the Levites. Let's go.
When the Lord thy power shall enlarge thy border, as he hath promised thee, and thou shalt say, I will eat flesh, because thy soul longeth to eat flesh. Thou mayest eat flesh, whatsoever thy soul lusteth after.
Read.
If the place which the Most High thy power chooseth to put his name there be too far from thee, then thou shalt kill of thy herd and of thy flock,
right,
which the Most High thy power hath given thee, as I have commanded thee. And thou shalt eat in thy gates, whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, even as the roebuck and the hart is eaten. So thou shalt eat them, the unclean and the clean shall eat of them alike.
Right.
Only be sure that thou eat not the blood.
See, back again with the blood. It's very, again, yeah. It's making sure that we do not eat that blood. That blood, you must drain that blood out, all right? I know a lot of the tribes like to have things like blood pudding, right? And all kind of different names they have for it. All the 12 tribes, they have a name for it, right? I don't know all the names, but we not to eat the blood. Everybody understand that? All right? So we're coming into the land. The Most High said, do not do none of these sacrifices, none of these offerings, until we get there, all right? To the place that he shall choose. This is what he wants, right? Read on.
And thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh. Verse 24.
Okay, great.
Thou shalt not eat it. Thou shalt pour it upon the earth as water. Thou shalt not eat it, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children, and with the... And when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord. I'm in verse 26.
Read 25 again.
Thou shalt not eat it, that it may go well with thee,
right,
and with thy children after thee. When thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Most High,
right,
only the holy things which thou hast, and thy vows, thou shalt take and go unto the place which the Most High shall choose.
Right, so only the holy things and the vows, the things that you're going to vow to say that you're going to do once we get into that land, right? Because we all made a vow to the Most High when we made it in that land that we was going to do what? Keep his commandments and obey him, right? Read on.
And thou shalt offer thy burnt offerings, the flesh and the blood, upon the altar of the Most High, and the blood of the sacrifices shall be poured out upon the altar of the Most High, thy power, and thou shalt eat the flesh. Observe and hear all these words which I command thee, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Right, this is very important. It says, you see, it says the children after thee. So for our children, we have to lead by an example. We got to keep the commandments. The children got to follow us and keep the commandments. Everybody understand that? Right? Read on.
When thou doest that which is good and right in the sight of the Most High, when the Most High thy power shall cut off the nations from before thee, whither thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them,
right,
and dwellest in their land. Take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them.
Right, read on.
After that they be destroyed from before thee, that thou inquire not after their powers.
Right, it's very important. He's telling us, giving us good information, Most High. Don't follow after them, you know. Don't follow after them. Don't inquire. What it means to inquire? What it means to inquire? Don't, it says, and that thou inquire not after their gods. Right? What does it mean to inquire something? Yes.
To look out, ask about it.
Right.
Try to find out about
There's some details about it. Hey, yeah. I heard y'all worship the water god. What y'all do? Pour the water on yourself? You right? Do you jump in the water? Huh? You know the East Indian got that river over there, the Ganges River. You ever heard of that? The Ganges River, where they, they crap in the river, they throw dead animals in the river, dead bodies in the river. Then they take the baby down there when he's born and they baptize him in the river. You know what I mean? People urinating in the river, right? You don't want to know about that stuff. We don't want to know. We're not doing none of that. That is unclean, is unsanitary, is nasty, and that's what the nations do, right? The Most High said, don't even ask why they do it. You do it because you nasty. You're a heathen, right? Don't inquire about what these Hamitic nations are doing. Don't worry about what the Jebusites are doing, right? Yeah, that's the itching ear that our people have, the desire to hear the other doctrines, right? Right? Read on.
Saying
what?
How did these nations serve their gods?
Who cares how they serve their God? Most I said, don't ask them that. Read.
Even so will I do likewise. Thou shalt not do so unto the Most High thy power. For every abomination to the Most High, which he hateth, have they done unto their gods.
You see that? The Most High said, thou shalt not do so unto the Most High thy power. For every abomination to the Most High, which he hateth, have they done unto their gods. So when they do their worshiping of their gods, they're committing abomination against the Most High. Every last one of them. Ain't nothing righteous about them. Not a righteous bone in their body. Right? You see that Moab lady that made the video talking about we not the children of Israel? You ain't see it? Alright, I gotta post it on the Treasure Coast. Right. I don't know what she got going on, but you know, she's gonna be in, yeah. I don't know what she got going on, but you know, she just right now at this point, she desiring to you know, put us down. The truth is the truth, man. You can't take away from that. We are the children of Israel. We've proved that many times. We don't need to go into 1,000 scriptures to try to prove that. We proved that for many years. It is what it is, and she just can't accept it. That's fine. Because she gonna know her people's going into captivity. That's all. Right? That's all. Servitude. Read on that.
For even their sons and their daughters, they have burnt in the fire to their gods.
Right. What are they talking about? What does that remind you of? Burning the fire to their gods. Right? They're talking about the god of Molech, right? Well, they used to send their children through the fire. They passed through the fire of Molech and they lived and the children was blessed. Yeah, this is what they used to do. Read on.
What things soever I command you, observe to do it.
Right.
Thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it.
Right. You should not add or diminish, take away from the word of the Most High, what he's telling us to do. Do not follow after these nations. Don't inquire about their God. Don't worry about their graven images. Don't worry about their statues. Everything must be destroyed with fire. Everybody understand that? All right. Read on. 13. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 1.
If there arise among you a prophet, or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder.
Now we're going to have people among us that's going to have these dreams. Okay. All right. The dreamer of dreams. Right? Well, you know, I had a dream last night. You know, and now you come to the congregation and say that they had a dream, and now they want you to follow their dream. No. It doesn't work like that. We had somebody like that in our past, right, who had that dreamer of dreams. Right? He was a great man according to a lot of people. But he led our people astray. You know? Yeah, he had a dream. He had a dream speech, right? And he brought our people together to try to join them together with the same people that were trying to kill us. Right? The so-called Edomites, Esau. Right? And he did not realize what he was doing until the end before he lost his life. Right? Unfortunately, he had already led us to the burning house, as he said. Right? I've joined my people to a house, a burning house. Because no matter what, these people do not like us. If they see us looking a certain way, they call the cops on us. Right? They didn't call them Karen and what's the other one? Ken and Karen. They see you walking down in their neighborhood and you look strange, they start asking you questions. Who are you? These people have a perpetual hatred towards the children of Israel. No matter what we do. Alright? So we gotta what? Stay close with the Most High so he can have that, keep that hedge around us at all times. Because we know that Satan is seeking who he may devour, knowing that he only have a short time left. Read on out.
Can I bring out two precepts on top of that?
Go ahead,
Let me get one. Job chapter 33, verse 14. Let me read it from you.
The book of Job, chapter 33 and verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not.
Oftentimes the Most High speaks to our people in different manners, but we don't see it.
Right.
Continue.
In a dream.
You know what?
In a dream.
You know what?
In a dream.
Sometimes the Most High uses dreams to do what? Go on.
In a dream.
Mm-hmm.
In a vision
Mm-hmm.
of the night, when
Mhm.
deep sleep falleth upon men,
Mm-hmm.
and slumberings upon the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Then he openeth up the ears of men,
Mm-hmm.
and sealeth their instruction.
And sealeth their instruction.
Right.
Does anybody know any of our forefathers the Most High used and did this too? Abraham is one example. Anybody else? Daniel's one example. Good one. One more. Joseph.
Right.
He warned them about what a 14-year famine.
That's right.
For his family, years.
Right.
Before it occurred, and he had no clue what it meant until it occurred to him. Give me also one more. Ecclesiasticus 34:7. Let's see. I gotta make sure this one's right.
It's in your Apocrypha.
In your Apocrypha.
Ecclesiasticus 34 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
For dreams have deceived many.
For dreams have did what?
Deceived many.
Like the minister was making reference to, dreams have deceived many, like a great man named Martin Luther King.
Right.
He said he had a dream. His dream was to integrate our people with so-called heathens, man.
Right.
Make us one. Make us equal rights. Was his dream according to the scriptures? It was his vain imaginations. Keep going.
For dreams have deceived many.
Uh-huh.
And they have failed that put their trust in them.
Come on, man. That's it.
Right. Come on. That's a good precept. You got one?
Jeremiah 23.
I'm going there right now. Yeah, I'm going to go there. This, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 3. Did we go to 2 yet?
No.
Okay, let's read 2 and 3. Then we'll go to Jeremiah 23:25.
Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 2.
Right.
And the sign or the wonder come to pass.
Right.
Whereof he spake unto thee, saying, Let us go after other gods,
right,
which thou hast not known, and let us serve them.
Right. So we just received the commandment before that, not to even inquire about the gods. We received the law, the commandment to destroy all these gods. Now this dreamer of dreams is coming up and saying, well, I think we should go after. I had a nice dream, and I think Caesar Borgia's look nice in the purple. You know what I mean? And now you want to go after Caesar Borgia's? No. Right? This is a dream that you're having. It's probably a nightmare, but you don't realize it. Right? You might be on Elm Street. You gotta get off you're on the wrong road. Right? So we don't want to do that. The Most High told us to do what? To keep His commandments and serve Him. Read on.
And one more thing to add to that verse.
Okay.
It says, and in the sign and the wonder come to pass.
Right.
That dreamer, he had a dream and it happened.
Right.
And then he goes on to say, let's turn from this Bible to keeping the commandments. It's not the truth.
Right.
Don't listen to him.
Right.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet.
Right. Don't hearken unto the words of that prophet. Read.
Mm-hmm. Or that dreamer of dreams. For the Most High your power proveth you.
Mm-hmm.
To know whether ye love the Most High your power with all your heart and with all your soul.
Right. So thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams. For the Most High your power proveth you. The Most High gonna prove you, man. That's why he said in St. John 14 and 15, what he said? If you love me, do what? Keep my commandments. So he's proving you. If you love me, prove it. Right? It's very important. So that's why he said he proveth you, to know whether ye love the Most High your power with all your heart and with all your soul. Because serving them other gods wouldn't even be an option. Right? Because if you love the Most High with all your heart and soul. Now give me that Jeremiah 23. That's where we was going.
No.
25.
Verse 25. I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies
right
in my name.
Saying what?
saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies?
Right.
Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart.
Right. They're the prophets of the deceit of their own heart. Right. You come up with a dream, and this dream is not in the same line of the commandments of the Most High. Right. If you have a dream to say, you know what, I think I have a better way for us to keep the Sabbath. That's a good dream. Right. But if you have a dream and say, well, you know what, I don't think we should keep the Sabbath anymore. Right? Right? Then now, that dream could be, oh, wait a minute now. You know, that dream, that's not a good dream. Right. You got to rebuke that even in your mind. You got to say, Yahakshatan. Get that out of your mind. No way. You know, the Sabbath is a what? A holy convocation. That means you come out of your bed, your comfortable bed, put your clothes on. I hate to say it, brush your teeth. But this is things we got to tell people sometimes, you know. Wash your hair, right? Comb your hair. Get yourself prepared. Go to this holy convocation. Don't come up in here, slide up in here with your hair looking crazy. You know what I mean? You ain't do nothing, your clothes dirty. Right? You wouldn't go to grandma's church like that. I'm going to put you on the spot. Grandma said come to church on Sunday. You don't want to take a shower, put on your Sunday's best, put your suit on, your tie. Yeah, iron. You don't got the starch out.
Dress shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it all nice and tight.
Shine that shoe.
Yeah, shine them shoes up. When you come in here on a Shabbat, yeah, this brother talking about they got the truth. You come slide up in here, look like you ready to go to the beach. Come on. You wouldn't do that to grandma's church, so why you trying it over here? Yeah. Oh, the preacher said come as you are. So why you don't come over there as you are? Right? These dreams, man, we got to be careful. You know, dreams come to us and things, visions come to us. And you know what? We may not understand the dream at first. We may not understand the vision at first. But the Most High will give you the instruction. As it said in Job. The Most High will give you the instruction. And that instruction will be according to the commandments of Yah. If it's not, then it's contrary of that, then you know that's Satan coming delivering you instruction. He do his thing too. He travel up and down in the earth, to and fro. Right? Doing his marvelous work with our people. As you can tell, because you can look on Instagram and you can see our people going wild. You look on Facebook, our people going wild. Look in the streets, our people going wild. Right? That's all the devices of Satan. It's not of Yah. Right? All right, read on. Read on in Jeremiah. So he said that.
Which think to cause my people to forget my name.
And that's the thing, man. You go out there, you have this dream, this vision, and you get the people to move away from Yahweh. Right? To be scattered away from him. Read on.
By their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor.
Right?
As their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal.
For who?
For Baal.
Right, for Baal, which is Satan, which is the devil. Another deity that happened to us in the time of the wilderness. Try to follow after Baal. Right? If you have a dream and it's telling you to follow Baal, you don't do it. If you have a vision that's telling you to do this, and it's not according to the commandment of Yah, don't do it. And if you feel that you might be really right, go seek your brother, seek an elder, seek someone above you with more knowledge than what you have, and try to get more understanding. Yes.
That's how they fought that devil Jim Jones. So they had a dream to give him all that punch and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they fought him, and they had a dream and stuff.
Yeah, his thing, and we have a lot of them out there. We could name a dozen. You know, David Koresh. I know some of you are young, you may not remember that. The guy in Waco, Texas. Right? He went and flew himself over to Jerusalem and said the spirit of the Holy Spirit is on him and they must follow him. Went back and the people followed him to what? To their death. Because he had a vision and he led the people on. It's just like Jim Jones. Right? It's the same thing. Right? A lot of our people in the islands, in the West Indian islands, so-called West Indians, followed this guy all the way to their death. Because they thought that he had some spiritual healing on him. He had some Holy Spirit that was going to lead the people to righteousness and lead them to Yahushua, lead them to the kingdom. Right? And what happened? What did he do? He gave the people a 649, as Benjamin would say. Right? And he lost their life following him. They didn't test him. They didn't prove him. Right? Give me oh, you got something up there? Oh yeah, you got a picture of him up there? Yeah. 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 He wasn't even a Benjamite. This guy was what was his nationality? I think it was he East Indian? Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of the East Indians in the islands who may walk around talking like Benjamin, but they're not Benjamin, you know? A lot of them, right? And some of them will come out and directly tell you, man, listen, I'm not Guyanese, I'm not Jamaican. Listen, my family is in India. You know, this is my descendants. But they speak like, you know, Benjamin and all that. Yeah.
Like Bob Marley.
Well, yeah, Bob Marley was, you know, definitely was one of people that you know, his father was I think it was Esau. Right. It was Portuguese, I think, might have been something along that line. And his mother was a Benjamite, you know what I mean? You know, but somehow some spirit was on him, was used to do something. Oh, you got him up there? All right, there you go. Robert Nesta Marley, all right? Made some good music now. He did some good things, you know what I mean? But also, you know, like I said, you know, you can look at somebody and you can say, oh man, yeah, he's an Israelite. You know what I mean? It's not about skin tone. It's not about color. It's the spirit. You know what I mean? It's the spirit. So let's go back to the dream. Getting the understanding of this dream, these visions. We have to try these visions. We have to prove these visions. Are they according to Yah? Right? Before you go there, go back up. Go Jeremiah 23. Go to verse 1 real quick.
Verse 1.
Right.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Most High.
Right. The Most High say, woe meaning destruction. Unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep. Tell them they're not Israelites. Tell them they're, you know, they're Christians and they're American Christians, Afro-American, which Afro is a hairstyle. And America was named after a European sailor. So what are you giving them? What vision are you giving them? Right? We have to come out of those visions. The Most High say, woe unto these pastors that scatter, you know, the sheep, his sheep, right, of his pasture. Right? We can read more, but don't worry about that. Let's go back. We have a lot of ground to cover. So let's go back to Deuteronomy 13 and verse 4.
Verse 4. Ye shall walk after the Most High your power and fear him.
Right.
And keep his commandments.
Right.
And obey his voice. And ye shall serve him and cleave unto him.
Right. So we got to cleave unto the Most High. We got to serve him. We got to keep his commandments. And we have to obey his voice. Very important. Read on.
And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death.
And these people that had these dreams that led people away, they're dead. Every last one of them has died. Jim Jones, he dead. Because at the end, he didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid. He knew what time it was, but they forced him to drink the Kool-Aid. Ain't that something? You make everybody else drink the Kool-Aid, but you don't want to drink it, right? Right? Ain't that something? And then at the end, they say, oh no, what do you think? Where you going? You going to get this Kool-Aid too. We drinking, we all going. We all going down. It's your idea. Probably, I don't know who idea it was. But this thing, he had to go too. Everybody's going to go in this vision. So make sure when you have a vision or a dream, make sure it's being instructed by the Most High. Right? If it's something that's contrary to what the scriptures say, then you know it's of Satan. Everybody understand that? Read on that. 5. Start from the beginning. 5.
Verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death.
Read.
Because he hath spoken to turn you away from the Most High your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt.
Stop right there. You see that? The dream that he's given you has made you go astray. So that's a sign that the dream is not correct. Everybody understand that? The vision is not correct. Right? Read on.
and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which the Most High thy power commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee.
Read.
If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or the son or the daughter of the wife of thy bosom,
right,
or thy friend,
okay,
which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying,
what did he say?
Let us go and serve other powers, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers.
Right. So now it mentioned, I think it covered everybody. It says, if thy brother, the son of thy mother, right, your brother, or the son of thy daughter, or wife, or thy bosom, or thy friend. The Most High want to make sure he covers everybody. Your brother, your father, your mother, everybody, you know, one of them come to you and say, hey, listen, man, don't worry about this God of Abraham, man. Let's go serve the God of the stone. If he come to you secretly and try to whisper that to you, you gotta tell him, you gotta rebuke him. You know what? Yeah, it's your time. You are of Satan. You are of the devil. If Yahushua could rebuke Peter, right? Because he told him, he wanted him to stop. He didn't want him to go on that cross. And he told him, get behind me, Satan. Because you know why? Because the prophecy was for him to die. And you trying to stop the prophecy. You are of Satan at this point, right? You got the spirit that jumped on you. I don't know what you got going on, but this must happen, right? So if someone's trying to secretly get at you to get you to do something that is not according to Torah, right, then no, I can't do it, man. You know, I still love you, but you need to repent and come back to serve the Most High. You need to be on my side, not me going over to your side. Yeah.
You said that too, Mister, because these people that's close to you will get you to draw back.
Right. Well, you know, Satan, he wants you to come with him. So it's best to go through somebody that you love the most. It said, didn't you hear it say the bosom? What's the bosom? It's talking about your wife. Even though it says wife and it says bosom, your wife, the loved one, the one that's close to you, the one that's up under your arm. She the one gonna whisper in your ear, you know, I've been thinking of putting a fertility guard because I haven't been getting pregnant. So they have a little fertility guard that you put up, you put it in your house, and it says it brings blessings so we can have the baby. No! You bring that thing and I'm gonna throw it out and you out, right? You gonna start a fire up in here and it's gonna be with you and me. You can't bring none of that up in here. Well, I'm thinking of, you know, we getting close now. I want to be serious with you. Are you okay with bringing the Christmas tree? Are you serious? We got going on there. Are you serious? You and that Christmas tree and every single ball that's on that thing, I'm going to be throwing at you on your way out the door. No, we are not doing that here. This house is the house of the Most High. We don't bring Satan. Right? Then the Most High asked that question. He said, can you eat at the table with the Most High and the devil at the same time? Do that make sense? What you got going on? No, you cannot, man. It's Torah up in here. If it ain't my way, if it ain't the Most High's way, it's the highway. That's where it got to be. That's why we always tell everybody, you're looking to get a wife, take your time. Get to know that person. Because then you take some woman, and then the next thing you know, she's fire in your bosom. Same thing with a woman. A woman go out there and see a nice looking guy, oh, I'm going to take him. Right? And here you go, he got Cairo up in the house, floating around, a little furry little cat. Got a little elephant sitting on the side of the house talking about his good luck. What? Right. Got a rabbit's foot on his keychain. No. Ain't no power like Yahweh, the great king of the universe. Right? That's it. That's who we got to serve. That's how serious this thing is. All right? Read on now.
Verse 7.
7, yeah.
Namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee.
Why is he saying this? Because he was talking about the gods of the what? The Canaanites. The 7 nations that he mentioned, Jebusites, right? All these nations, they had all different gods. These guys was close to us, and the Most High said, Do not follow after these people. Read on.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him.
Right? Don't agree with him. Don't get with him. Don't listen to him. Read.
Neither shall thine eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him.
Right. Don't hide him in your tent. Yeah, you talking about that guy? Yeah. They gonna kill you, man. Come in my tent. No. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Read.
But thou shalt surely kill him.
Do what to him?
Kill him.
Hug him.
Kill him.
Give him a kiss.
Kill him.
Buy him some candy.
Kill him.
Right? Give him a turkey sandwich.
Kill him.
Kill him. So our people, we love to, give people food and all kind of different things as a gift. Right? But the scripture says a gift what? Destroyeth the heart. Don't come in my house talking about you're going to bring a ham sandwich, right? I had a brother I know for 30 years, man, come to my house and order some pork fried rice. He had all that stuff coming into the door. I looked at him and said, what you got going on in that food, man? It's got some rice. But what's that red stuff in there? There's pork in there? Oh, hold on a second. I got something for you. I got him a chair, and I put the chair outside my house. If you going to eat that, you're going to eat that outside. You ain't up in here. I ain't going down up in here. You in the wrong house. You in the house of the Lord, right? You ain't in the house of Satan. You can go eat there. Oh, come on, man. Is it that serious? Open up the door, put the chair out there. When you finish, holler at me. Make sure you throw everything in the garbage. You better be lucky I'm letting you back in here because you unclean. Right? Lucky I wasn't going to the service. I had to put you out completely. Right? But being unclean is not sin. Everybody understand that? It's only sin when you become unclean and you come amongst the clean. When you come into the service and you come amongst the clean and you're unclean, now you're committing sin. Everybody got that? All right? So there's times during the week you may become unclean. Right? You're not going to service. You unclean when you have the pleasure to come with sleep. Come. Right? You can do it on Wednesday, but you make sure you clean yourself, prepare yourself, and make sure that you're clean when it comes to Shabbat, Friday sundown. Everybody understand that? Right? So you're good. Right? So these are the things that our people are experiencing going into the coming out of the wilderness, going into the land. Right? They're being attacked by Satan. Right? He's coming everywhere, all through the Jebusites, the Canaanites, through all of the nations, all those 7 nations that was greater and mightier than thou. Satan is coming through all of them, and these spirits are jumping into where? To our people, and they're trying to seduce us to go after their God, and that's why the Most High is instructing them and telling them, listen, beware. I don't care if it comes from your mother, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your grandfather. Do not follow these gods. Everybody got that? All right? Read on that. And if they come to you with that nonsense, what he said? Kill them. Put them to death. See, that time we had the spirit, we had the power of putting people to death. You can't put nobody to death now. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in jail. You're going to be keeping the commandments in jail? Right? That's not the place for you to be. Right? So he said, kill him. Now in this layman's term, today, we can't kill nobody that's behaving like this. Right. You need to feed him with a long spoon. There you go. Out there, outside that door over there. Right? I'll talk to you on the phone. We can maybe hook up one day and we could kick it. I'll maybe drop a jewel on you. But all that, me and you dwelling in my house, you hanging out, no. Because you got a spirit, you want to bring other gods in, man. I'm not dealing with that. I only serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God? That's it. The true and living God. He's the living God. These gods they serve, they dead. Buddha, dead. Kyra, dead. The Hindu God, he dead. All of these gods are dead. The true and living God is alive as we speak. And his spirit dwells in this room. Con? Read on that.
Thine hand shall be first upon him.
Do you see that? When he come whisper that thing to you, You the first one supposed to put that stone on him. And you know Levi, he'll stone you quick. Bam. Just like that. It'll be over. You don't even know what happened. You just hear it. Boom. Yo, what was that noise? You see Levi standing right there with the brick in his hand, the blood on him. He tried to get me to go to the Amorite God. You kidding me? No. You're not doing that. Read.
To put him to death.
To do what?
To put him to death.
Give him candy.
To put him to death.
Give him a turkey dinner.
To put him to death.
Put him to death. We at this time we had the spirit of putting people to death. We can't do that today. All right, read on.
And afterwards the hand of all the people.
Now read.
And thou shalt stone him with stones that he die.
Read.
Because he hath sought to thrust thee away from the Most High thy power, which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
Right, because you tried to get the children of Israel to go a different path, man. So you got to pay with your life. And why did they do that? Why did they kill somebody? Why so extreme? Why so extreme? Marshall.
To make an example so the rest don't follow that person.
Right. So this thing becomes a cancer. Yeah. Right? When you get something in your body like cancer, if they don't take care of it right away, it spreads. So that's why they had to kill him and show an example that anybody who come up and try to come with their God and whatever God they got going on, then you say, oh, you know what? I can't do that. Because you see what happened to, what's her name? You all right? That cat got it real bad. Levi hit him first. He was bleeding. He was leaking out the side of the head. Then all the Ephraimites jumped on him. That was over. It was finished. So right then and there, you'll think to yourself, say, you know what? I'm not doing that. Right? So you set an example. All right? Read on.
If thou shalt hear say in one of thy cities, which the Most High thy power hath given.
11. Verse 11.
Verse 11. And all Israel shall hear and fear.
See that? All Israel shall hear and fear. Because I'm sure if something like this happened in the camp, right, over in the camp of Levi, or sorry, not camp Levi, of Ephraim, I'm sure Judah, were they there? It was on the other side. But they're going to hear and they're going to know that this thing went down there. Did you hear? You know, good news travel fast. Hey, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, that guy got stoned. He tried to bring some God into the camp. Nah, man, we're not messing around. Right? Read on.
And do no more any such wickedness.
Right?
As this is among you.
Right. No more we're going to do no wickedness among us. Read on.
And if thou shalt hear say in one of thy cities, which the Most High thy power hath given thee to dwell there, saying.
Saying what?
Certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their cities, saying, let us go and serve other powers, which ye have not known. Then shalt thou inquire, and make search, and ask diligently, and behold, if it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought among you,
right,
thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword,
right,
destroying it utterly,
right,
and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof, with the edge of the sword. And thou shalt gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the street thereof, and shalt burn with fire the city, and all the spoil thereof, every way. For the Most High thy power, and it shall be in heat forever. It shall not be built again.
Right. So the Most High said, if these guys have a city and they're going out there and they worshiping these other gods, and you got people following them, what the Most High said do? Go into this city and destroy every last one of them jokers. Right? Even the cattle. Now, what the cattle got to do with it? They don't speak. Right? The cattle just walk around and do what you tell them to do. But the Most High said, them jokers are contaminated. Destroyed. Right? Because, you know, isn't this what happened with Saul? Didn't he keep the, when the Most High told him to destroy everything, didn't he keep some of the spoils for himself? Right. He didn't listen. The Most High said destroy everything. He telling you that for a reason. He's not telling you that because he don't have nothing else to do. Now, in our eyes, we look at things like that and say, damn, that's a nice looking cow. You know how much money I can get for that? That's a nice looking lamb. You know how much money I can get for that? Or, you know, or what I can do with that? How that can benefit me? Right? But the Most High is telling you, listen, it's amongst these nations. They damn contaminated, they wicked, they evil, they abomination. Destroy everything. Don't worry about it. Because what, you know, when the Most High asks you to destroy everything, it's because he already has something in plan for you. Right? He already has something for you. What's for you is for you, man. That's what we got to understand. A lot of times our people, you know, they always, you know, I forgot that scripture. They say, you're always looking on to others, to what they own. Like, you know, you're always observing what other people have. You know, some people, they got that spirit. Oh, look at them. They doing good. They got a nice car. They got a nice house. They got this. They got that. You don't know what they did to get those things. You don't know. You have no idea. Right? So the Most High telling us, destroy all these things. Destroy these spoils. Get rid of all these things. Right? Because these things are an abomination. We don't need them. Right? Read on.
And there shall cleave not of the cursed thing to thine hand, that the Most High thy power turn from the fierceness of his anger, and show thee mercy, and have compassion upon thee, and multiply thee, as he hath sworn unto thy fathers.
Right, so he's going to move us in a place, he's going to multiply us. He swore that unto our fathers. And he's going to have compassion of us and mercy on us. Because, you know, we're going to fall short of the law, but, you know, we're going to have repentance. Right? We're going to ask forgiveness. Yahweh. Read on.
And thou shalt hearken to the voice of the Most High thy power, to keep all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
Right.
To do that which is right in the eyes of the Most High thy power.
Right. This is our instruction, to do what's right in the eyes of the Most High. This is why he's given us these commandments, these laws. Because this is what's right. We have to follow his will. Do his work. Right? This is our instruction that he's given on to man. Read on. We read in that chapter 14. Deuteronomy chapter 14.
Verse 1. Ye are the children of the Most High your power. You shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes.
Right.
For the dead.
Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Read that again. You shall.
Ye are the children of the Most High power.
Right.
Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead.
You see that? The Most High is telling us, don't follow after the nations that are around us. Because what? These Canaanites, the Egyptians, all these guys, they did these things. They made cuttings in their flesh. They made markings in their head, they bald their head. Right? If you notice, a lot of us, you know, we didn't know any better. We have tattoos. We tattoo our arms, our chest, our face, doing all kind of evil that we have done in the past, right? But now you come into this glorious light, and you know that keeping the law and statute commandments is number one on the list of things for you to do. Having faith in Hamashiach Yahushua is number one, also on top, right? You know that, you know, to do these things, to make baldness of your head, and what he said, baldness between your eyes for the dead. So a lot of times they mark themselves for somebody who died, you know, or my cousin Jethro, or Aunt Sally died, so I'm gonna put, you know, something on my head or something on my arm, R.I.P., rest in peace, you know, Aunt Sally. Our people, what we do, we make a shrine out of it. You know, a shrine? Usually Moab is very popular with these shrines. They light up incense and flowers on the side of the road. You see people, our people do it all the time. They make shirts and put the person's name and face on it. Missing Uncle Randy, you know, he gone, right? Put his favorite liquor right next to him or something when he used to drink it all the time, right? We are not to do these things. Everybody understand that? All right, read on now.
Verse 2.
And it's going to tell you why. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power.
We are holy. We are what? We're separate. Read.
And the Most High hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
Right. We are a peculiar people. You know, we're different. We're not like everybody else. Read.
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
Right. We're supposed to be in rulership because we're supposed to be above all the nations. But we're at the bottom. We are not above all nations. Our blood is cheap. Right? That's why we keep getting gunned down. Read on.
Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which ye shall eat.
Right. These are the beasts you shall eat. Read.
The ox.
Hold on. You said what? The ox? Which is, I know a lot of our people eat. Right? The Benjamites love the oxtails, Con. Right? Eat the ox. Read.
The sheep.
Uh-huh.
And the goat.
And the what?
And the goat.
I know the Benjamites love their curry goat. We're going to have some for the new moon tonight. Check that out. Bring that out, right? And it's going down, right? Read. Oh, Levi love the goat too? All right, hallelujah. All right. Okay, all right. Forsake not the Levi. We just read that? All right. All right. Hey, read.
The hart.
Uh-huh.
And the roebuck.
Read.
And the fallow deer.
Right. This is the deer family. Read.
And the wild goat.
Uh-huh.
And the pygarg.
Uh-huh.
And the wild ox. And the chamois. And every beast that parteth the hoof.
Right.
And cleaveth the cleft into two claws.
Right.
And cheweth the cud among the beasts. Shall ye eat.
Right. They chew up the cud. They chew up eat the grain. You know what I mean? And chew the cud and they spit it out and regurgitate it. And they get the nutrients out of it. So these animals do that, right? So we're not supposed to eat the pig, because why? The pig, he parts the hoof, right? But he don't chew the cud. He chew everything. He'll eat you if he can. Yeah. Let you be laying down there one day taking a nap out there. Let one of them jokers come by. He'll tear you up, one of them wild boars. He will tear you up. You'll be running for your life. Right? So we're not supposed to eat them because they eat everything. Right? Read on.
Nevertheless, these ye shall eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the caramel and the hare, and the coney. For they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof.
Right.
Therefore, they are clean unto you.
They are, read it again.
They are clean, they are unclean.
Right.
Unto
There you go. They are unclean. He said, nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew of the cud, or of them that divide of the cloven hoof, as the camel. Right? You can't have camel jockey soup. Everybody got that? Right? You can't eat that. Right? It sounds nasty, huh? Yeah? Well, you know, people do it. The hair, what's the hair? Like a rabbit, right. You can't have, look, there you go, right there. They put it up there for us. There you go. Right. You don't want to eat that. I don't know what you're going to do with that, but some people, they make a soup out of the foot, probably camel foot soup. Right? Yeah, smoky, they eat camel, right? I don't know, man. Right? These things are unclean to you. Do not eat the camel. Do not let nobody convince you to eat the camel. Man, you got to try something. Right? They love eating that camel. That hump supposed to be full of water. The hump. That's how they last so long in the desert. Because their hump got water in it. It provides them, they don't get thirsty. You know what I mean? Right? When they do get dry in their mouth, they spit. So you got to watch out. I'm telling you right now, you got to watch out. If they were standing right here at this table, they'll spit right on that wall right there. That's how far they spit. Your face will be covered. You'll be finished. So don't stand in front of the camel if you're at a zoo or petting zoo or anything like that. Everybody understand that? Just be careful. Don't stand in front of him and don't stand on the back of him. Because he do kick with that foot. All right? All right? He will tear you up. You'll be in the hospital. I'll hear about you. All right? Read on that.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. Read.
And the swine.
And the who?
And the swine.
It's very simple. And the swine. I know some of the Benjamites like that jerk pork. Right? And I know Levi like that grill, so don't even try to hide. Right? Don't even do it to yourself. Right? Read.
Because it divideth the hoof. Yet cheweth not the cud.
You don't chew the cud. You don't eat that grass. You don't regurgitate, throw it out. He eats everything. Read.
It is unclean unto you.
Read.
You shall not eat of their flesh.
Nor
touch their dead carcass.
Right. So you're not supposed to touch their carcass either. Right. It will make you unclean. Read on.
These you shall eat of all that are in the waters.
Right.
All that have fins and scales shall ye eat.
Right. So all that has fins and scales you shall eat. So this is very simple because the Most High knew that He created so many species of fish. He had to narrow it down to say, listen, these ye shall eat all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat. So it must have both. Everybody understand that? Very simple. Don't try to add anything onto it. Fish, certain fish is unclean. You can't eat them. I know a lot of the Benjamites get crazy over the kingfish. Stay away from that thing. All right? Eat your snapper. Right? Eat your grouper. I'm sure y'all know a lot of names. I don't know a lot, but I got some fish back there for this evening. I think I do. I'm not sure. I got to check with the wife. All right? So these are the things you shall eat. So when you go to buy your fish inside the supermarket, if you see them going for 99 cents a pound, you have to question yourself, wait a minute, hold on. Why is Esau trying to give me this fish? Right? Why is he trying to sell it to me so fast and so easy with less money, right? You have to think about it. Check the fish out. Try it once, try it twice, you know what I mean? Call your brother, phone a friend. Right? Yeah, FaceTime somebody. Yo, look at this. Fins and scales, what do you say? Well, don't buy that, brother. You see the one that's $6.99 a pound? That joker you got to get. Cause that's why it's expensive. Because they know that it's good. Read on that.
Verse 9.
Verse 10.
10. And whatsoever have not fins and scales,
right,
ye may not eat.
Right.
It is unclean unto you.
Right. Whatever that don't have the fins and the scales, ye may not eat. What's a fish that don't have fins and scales? Close. But yes, it does. You're right in a sense. But the question was, and whatsoever have not fins and scales, ye may not eat. So remember, catfish do have fins, but don't have scales, right? So this is pertaining to now, you're talking about, right, your lobster, right? Or your crab, rather, right? Those things that, or the snail. You know, some people like, you know, to eat clams, right? Supposed to make you, I don't know what's supposed to do to you. They have all these different breakdowns, how it's supposed to make you strong and make you, I'm not going to say it because it's Sabbath, right? But anyway, you know, all these lies that Esau promote, you know, saying it's supposed to do something for you. But it's probably, most likely, if it's coming from Esau, it's probably a lie. So anyway, don't eat those things. It's unclean. Read on that. Verse 11.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Of all clean birds ye shall eat.
So all the clean birds you shall eat. Read.
But these are they of which ye shall not eat.
Okay, we should not eat. Read.
The eagle.
The what?
The eagle.
So now you know the eagle. This thing is huge, man. Right? It's a huge bird. It's a rare bird now. Years ago it wasn't like that, but now they almost they're about to be damn a fossil somewhere laying around. They're gonna be prehistoric in a minute. You got an eagle up there? Yeah. So you got an eagle up there so you can get an idea. This is the reason why we put the TVs up here. It ain't for you to watch Netflix, right? For you to, you know, get a vision on what we're talking about. So it said the eagle, these birds we cannot eat. Read.
And the ostrich.
All right, and the ostrich, read.
And the osprey.
Read.
And the gled.
Uh-huh.
And the kite.
Uh-huh.
And the vulture after his kind.
Right, and the vulture, it's a very important bird. Vulture, you know, of course the Most High don't want you to eat that. Why?
Scavenger.
Well, not only a scavenger, but it eats things that die of itself. If it's something that dies, he'll eat the blood, he eats everything. He just wait for you to die. That cat be like flying around in a circle, waiting for you to die. You could be on your last breath. Before you took your last breath, you be like, and you see that joker be right there, waiting on you for to go. As soon as you go, here you go, swoop right down and get you. He like it fresh. Yeah, he like it fresh. That's why when you see them jokers flying around, you know something is going down. Yeah, something. It ain't dead. Something is going. Something's about to go down. It ain't dead yet. Because when it's dead, you don't see them flying anymore. They down there eating that thing. So the Most High, He don't want you to eat after something like that. Right? Where it says you got drinking the blood and all the fat of the animal and everything. The Most High don't want you to eat that. So read 14.
And every raven after his kind.
Right, and the raven after his kind. So even a raven, another bird, Read.
And the owl.
Now, I don't know why somebody want to eat the owl. That is disgusting. Right? Have you ever seen an owl? Anybody ever seen an owl? I'm talking about up close. How big? Let me see. Somebody show me. You said that size? Okay. Anybody got a bigger size than what? Yeah, man. And you see them eyes? Them eyes like this. I didn't know I was walking across the field, and I was, my son was playing football when he was young, and I was walking across the field, and I said, I feel like somebody looking at me. You know how you get that feeling in your side peripheral? You're like, the hell is that? I turned by, this joker's on the fence, about like that tall. And he's sitting there and just looking at me like, I said, you know what? And you see them claws? I looked at him, and I just kept moving. You know what I mean? Because I don't want no smoke from the Most High and Him. All right? Because that owl will tear you up. Oh, yeah. I saw a fox, too. I saw a lot of animals. Fox. I'm driving in my car at work, and I roll the window down. I said, he's staring at me. And I look, and he's right there in the grass, looking right at me. When I roll the window down, my passenger window down, and he's right there, the fox. And he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. The ears is up, the tail bushy. And we just staring at each other. I just let go of the brake and roll the window up fast. Let me keep going, because I don't want no smoke. And I saw an alligator up close. These animals, man, you better leave the Most High animals alone. Esau is a dangerous man, What? The alligator, man, listen, you don't want to mess around with that. That right there, you don't want to mess around with, right? So our people, we gotta know these things. Esau, he's one of those guys, he like to go out there, on a wild. Oh, look at him. He's mighty. Wow, look how strong he is. Shh. He looking at the animal. He want to damn shoot him. Boy, the Most High, he gonna get Esau back for that. He said, with a wild teeth, a beast, you gonna deal with him.
Like the alligator hunter.
Yeah, like the alligator. Oh yeah. And look, all those things that guy was dealing with, close up on the alligator hunter. This guy was on top of lions, tigers, all kind of different animals. And what take him out? A stingray. Now that's gotta be the Most High. Pierced his heart, just like that.
That's it.
Read on now.
Verse 16.
The
little owl.
Hold on, the 15.
Verse 15. And the owl.
Right.
And the nighthawk.
And the nighthawk, read.
And the cuckoo. And the hawk after his kind.
Right.
The little owl. And the great owl. And the swan.
Right.
And the pelican.
And the pelican.
And the gier eagle. And the cormorant. And the stork.
Right.
And the heron after her kind.
Right.
And the lapwing. And the bat.
And the who?
And the bat.
The coronavirus. Right? So now Esau is talking about the damn bat that Moab done took the bat and he making bat soup in the back, and somehow the thing done damn spread out and he got the coronavirus everywhere. It's a damn lie. Esau is the devil. Telling lies. Just lies. Yeah, sweet lies. And everybody just going for it, you know what I mean? Right? Moab been eating them bats, man. They ain't like eat them bats from like last week. They've been making bat soup, curry bat, whatever you want to call it. They jerk stuff too, all kind of stuff. Moab been making this stuff. I don't know why Esau try to blame it on Moab, knowing damn well he was in Atlanta, Georgia, and with the CDC, damn screwing around with something broke loose, and that's how this damn coronavirus done spread out. They made it seem like Moab done spread this thing out. Yeah, right. Right? They've been eating these bats, man. Ain't nothing new. Get out of here. Read 19.
And every creeping thing that flieth is unclean unto you.
Right.
They shall not be eaten.
Right, so these are the things you shouldn't be eating. There's another bird out there you shouldn't eat. I know a lot of people eat. The ostrich. You ever been to Lion Country Safari? That's the biggest bird that don't fly. That is disgusting. That bird is over 300 pounds. Why would you want to do anything with that bird except move that thing out the way? You ever see his egg? The egg, the ostrich egg. That thing is huge. People are making omelets out of it. I don't know about that. Most I told me to stay away from that. Getting away from that. Right? But that bird don't fly. It ain't going nowhere. 300 pounds? What can... Yeah. But it can run though, right? Yeah, I know. All right. Read on that.
But of all clean fowls ye may eat.
All clean fowls you may eat. Read.
Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself.
That's very important. Don't eat anything that dieth of itself. That's why we pray over our food. Everybody understand that? Because you go to Publix, you say, hey, you know what? That chicken look good. Let me grab that chicken. You don't know if that chicken died of itself. You don't know. Right? You say, you know what? I'm in the mood for some lamb chops. Benjamin might say, I'm in the mood for some oxtails. You don't know if that cow died of itself. You don't know. So that's why what? When you get your food, what do? We clean it as much as possible, the best way we can. And a lot of people use lime, lemon, vinegar, right? And then you cook it, and then what? We pray over it because we're not in charge of the livestock. Everybody understand that? Because you don't know if it died of itself. The Most High tell you not to eat that. Read on.
Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is within thy gates.
Read.
That he may eat it.
Read.
Or thou mayest sell it unto an alien.
Right. Give it to the other nations, man. Give it to them, man. If it died of itself, hey, I don't need this. Let me sell it to you. You want it? Oh yeah, we'll take it. All right. That's how Esau, he takes this law and he does the same thing to us. If it died of itself, he sell it to us. Right? Right? He called us the alien. But he's really the alien. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power.
Right.
Thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk.
Oh my gosh, there's another one. There's another one. Pull up Amalek. Pull up Amalek. Pull up one of them Amalekites. Right? So-called Jew. He goes around and tell you you cannot have a cheeseburger. Right? Because now you can't have the meat and the cheese together. Right? Because the cheese is dairy. Right? So you can't see, the kid in his mother's milk. Right? Meaning that he telling you, you can't have the cheese, right, and the meat together. Which don't make no sense. Or you can't eat a burger and drink milk. What in the world? That's why the law was not given to these people, man. It was not given to these people. This is plainly out telling you you cannot take the kid. What's a kid? It's not your child at home running around and you get mad at when he spills something on the floor. So stop calling your children kids. Because a kid is what? It's a goat. Right. It's an animal. Right. So if the kid is still in his milk, still nursing off the goat, you cannot take it. It's the same thing we had it with the lamb. The Most High said get the lamb a year with no blemish for the Passover, right? Because we got to make sure the lamb is not in its milk, meaning it's not drinking from the mother. It's not nursing from the mother. Everybody understand that? But don't listen to Amalek. Don't think you're going to go there and get some wisdom from him, because he's going to tell you can't have a cheeseburger. You can't go to McDonald's and have a milkshake and a burger. You can't do that because you're breaking Torah. Get out of here. You don't need to go to McDonald's anyway. McDonald's is wicked and evil. Right? You don't need to be there anyway. But damn sure if you're going to have a burger, have that milk with it and eat it right in front of it. Right? Tell him he don't know what he's talking about. Right? It was not given to you to know the oracles of God. Everybody understand that? Read on now. 22.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year.
Right. So what do you mean tithe? I mean you got to give your portion to the Most High. Y'all be laughing at me when I say give generously, but you got to give your portion to the Most High. I'm not driving no BMW or Lexus. I'm not driving no expensive car. Give it to the Most High. When you see something come up in here, you see it come up, it's because your donation, your tithes, what you offer is the reason why this place is beautified. You help beautify this place. Get a Most High hand. Hallelujah. Right? You beautify this place, man. You know, having TV on the wall, all these nice things here. You come in here, you feel comfortable because your donations help build this place. We building it together, one brick at a time. Everybody understand that? Right? Until we get out of here. Read on that. He said, well, thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed. So your seed, the things that you're growing from year to year, you need to bring it forth. Your first seed, the first thing that grows on your land, you need to give that over to the Most High. Read on that.
And thou shalt eat before the Most High power in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of thy corn,
right,
of thy wine.
Of what?
Of thy wine.
So you even had to give up the wine, man. That's right. Read.
And thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herds, and of thy flocks,
right,
that thou mayest learn to fear the Most High thy power always.
Right. To fear the Most High, your power always. We got to give up the first, man. The best to the Most High. So that included the wine also. Read on.
And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee,
read,
which the Most High thy power shall choose to set his name there, when the Most High thy power hath blessed thee,
read on.
Then shalt thou turn it into money.
Turn into what?
Into money.
Into money. Read.
And bind up the money in thine hand, and shall go unto the place which the Most High power shall choose.
Right.
And thou shalt bestow the money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after.
Right.
For oxen, or for sheep, or for wine.
Read.
Or for strong drink.
For strong drink. Read.
Or for whatsoever thy soul desire.
Right.
And thou shalt eat there before the Most High thy power. And thou shalt rejoice, thou and thine household.
Right. So when you were traveling, let's say you was going back to Jerusalem, you want to keep a holy day, right? And you got sheep and oxen, and you have these things that you want to, give as your offering to the Most High. If you were not able to travel with those things,
You live all the way up in there in Asher.
right? You live way far somewhere. You got to travel to Jerusalem, and now you got to carry all these things with you, and you're like, man, I just can't do it. So what you would do, you would sell those things. When you get to where you're going, you buy back that stuff and you turn it in as your tithes and your offering, right? Because it didn't make sense for you to drag that stuff down there. And what if you lose a lamb or lose a couple of goats? So now you're losing some of your offering. So it was better that you know what? I'm not gonna make it. I can't make that kind of trip with my livestock. Let me sell it here. Let me get my money's worth. Let me buy it when I get close there. And that way I can turn it into the Levites who will deal with the offering. All right. Read 27.
And the Levite.
And who?
And the Levite.
Again with the Levites, right? Read on.
That is within thy gates.
What happened? What did they do?
Thou shalt not forsake him. For he hath no part nor inheritance with thee.
Right. You can't forsake the Levite either. You coming in there, you gotta give him his due. Right? Read on.
At the end of 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thine increase the same year, and shall lay it up within thy gates.
Right.
And the Levite.
And the who?
And the Levite.
Wow. Read.
Because he hath no part nor inheritance with thee. And the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall come, and shall eat and be satisfied.
Right.
That the Most High, thy power, may bless thee in all the work of thine hand, which thou doest.
Right. So at this time when you had to travel, you had to bring these things and you gave it to the Levite. You give your tithe, your offering. Right? And as you notice that, you see everybody's taken care of. You see the stranger, the fatherless, the widow. Where are they now? Our fatherless. Right? Our people. Where are they? What's going on with them now? The poor. They're on the streets. Hey, who's looking out for them? See, we are a nation. A nation makes up of what? Husband, wife, and children. Right? And we have elders, leaders, captains. Right? Rulers. We were a nation and we fell so far from that. That if you look here, when you read through this Torah, you'll know that what? We were being taken care of, man. Everyone was being taken care of. The elders were being taken care of. You know, they say, oh, you watch out for your elders. Don't forget the Levites. Right? Don't forget the fatherless. Because something happened to a child and the father is gone, what happens? A child's 5, 6 years old and the father passes away. What happens? Something happened to him, he gets sick, he dies. What happens? Then another brother will come up and be the father to the fatherless. He will take care of, don't make the woman your wife, but be a father to the fatherless. And the widow, what happens to the widow? Something happened to the widow, the husband passed away after she's like an elder. She can marry again if she's not an elder. But if she's an elder, then what? The elder women, the other women will look after her, and the elder men will look after her. If she needs anything, they will take care of her. In this society, you can forget about it. The elderly, I see a lady right now where I work at, and the lady just walks. She's a Levite lady, but she doesn't speak good English. I wish I knew a little Creole. I may have to call one of you brothers to talk to her. But sometimes when I see her, she's walking, she got a cane and a shopping cart. What's going on? Who's helping her? And she looked all about in the late 70s. Something happened to her sink, and it messed up, and she couldn't do anything with it. I try to sneak in there and fix it, but they, with the rules they have there where I work at, you're not allowed to go into the apartment to like fix anything, right? If something happens, like maybe the plumbing, maybe you can go in there and do something like that. But if they need something personally fixed, you can't go and do that. You know what I'm talking about? Sirach 4 and 10? All right. So what happens to the widow? You know what I mean? Our widows are what? In the wind. Our poor is in the wind. Nobody's being a father to the fatherless. Right? You see a woman, she have a bunch of children and her husband died. A guy may jump in there and may, fool around with the woman, and then he gone. He ain't trying to be a father of them jokers. Right? What you got there? Sirach?
Chapter 4, verse 10.
Hold on now. Let me get it. Can't read that.
Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Right, that's very important. Be as a father unto the fatherless, read.
And instead of an husband unto their mother.
Right, instead of a husband unto the mother. Most times they tell you to go take the woman. Be the father. Take care of the children. That's what they need. Read.
So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth.
Oh wow, he gonna love the father, the stepfather more than, well, not really the stepfather, but he gonna love this father in place, right, more than the mother. He gonna come in there and show him to be a man, right, and not follow after what the mother's doing. Get caught up, being a part of the mother's life. They have somebody over with some law and some order and some structure. Right? Not to say the woman don't have it, but the woman that is in order have it, But this is the order that the Most High prescribed for us to do. But this fatherless, we're not being a father to the fatherless. These are things that are part of the law that we have to fulfill. We are not doing it. Right? It's very important that we look at this. That's why I'm expounding a little bit more on this. Right? We have to do it. This is part of our walk. This is part of Torah. The Most High said, let all the law of Moses be fulfilled. And you read Luke 24 and 44. Right? All right, let's go back. So we finished chapter 14. We're going into chapter 15. All right? Let's look at chapter 15. We're going to Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 1.
At the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release. And this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth aught unto his neighbor.
What? Every who? Creditor. Really? What do you got going on? This is the same thing that Esau does to us. He said, yo, 7 years, if you got some bad credit, you're going to have good credit now after 7 years because they're going to drop off. Esau, you know, he's so conniving and crooked and so wicked that your 7 years have passed, right? It'll be on your 6th year and 6 months. And he'll call you on that same credit that you have in default for 6.5 years. And he'll call your phone and say, hi, I noticed that you had an inquiry on here on your credit, and how would you like to take care of it? And you say, well, I'm going to try and make a payment. I can't afford to pay it all off, but I can give you $25 today. You thinking you being good and trying to do the right thing. You give him $25, you make that payment arrangement. You know what happens? Esau add another 7 more years on top of that. Yeah, that's how I get you. Right? Instead of you're not knowing, you know, that's why we have things like the credit counseling class, which we're going to bring in the Treasure Coast. You know, we're going to bring the credit counseling class, the insurance class. You know, we have a bunch of classes that we're going to have set up here at Light of Zion Treasure Coast, man, because our people, we need to be in the know, right? To know what's going on. Esau damn trick you. You damn call, make a payment on a damn thing, $25, and what happened? He damn adds 7 more years onto that thing. Ain't that something? Why ain't just tell you, hey man, don't bother making a payment now, 6 months is gonna drop off. He ain't gonna tell you that. He ain't gonna give you that information, right?
Because once you make that first payment on
right.
the account, that account becomes live again.
It comes live again, yeah.
Automatically for the next 7 years.
For the next 7 years. Yeah. You see how wicked, you see what kind of people you under? Alright? But the Most High is righteous. The Most High said what? 7 years is what? The release. Let it go. Forget it. Alright? Read that, number 2 from the top.
And this is the manner of the release.
Right.
Every creditor that lendeth aught unto his neighbor shall release it.
Mm-hmm.
He shall not exact it of his neighbor,
right,
or of his brother, because it is called the Lord's release.
It's the Most High's release, man. 7 years, I owe my shard $1,000. I'm trying to pay him back. When the 7th year comes, brother, don't worry about it. Love you more than cook food. See you in the kingdom. That's it. All right? Done. Not, you know, every minute, yo, brother, I know it's been 7 years, but where my money at? No. That's not the will of Yah, that we should behave like that. Read on now.
Of a foreigner,
right,
thou mayest exact it again.
You see that? Now the other foreigners, yeah, give him my money back. Right? He need to pay you back. Read on.
But that which is thine with thy neighbors, with thy brother,
with your brother,
thine hand shall release.
Yeah, your hand shall release. Read.
Save when there shall be no poor among you.
Read.
For the Most High shall greatly bless thee in the land, which the Most High that power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it.
Right. So you're poor, right? Say when there shall be no poor among you. So, you know, this is the reason why the people are not poor among us. Because we knew how to deal with the finances. You know what I mean? You know, everybody had. Right? In the scriptures where it's talk about when you take from the land, you take all the fruit off the land, what you supposed to do? Leave some behind. For who? For the poor. So everybody's eating. Right? But this country, you can forget about it. They taking everything. They ain't leaving nothing for the poor. You want something poor? Beg. Right? That's not how the Most High had this thing set up. Read on that.
Only if thou carefully hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all these commandments,
right,
which I command thee this day.
Right.
For the Most High thy power blesseth thee as he hath promised thee. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow.
Hold on. You said what? Read that again.
Thou shalt lend unto many nations.
Right, so we shall lend to many nations.
But thou shalt not borrow.
Right.
And thou shalt reign over many nations. But they shall not reign over thee.
Right. So the whole idea, we was not supposed to be reign over, right? We supposed to reign over them. We supposed to lend to them, right? We're not supposed to borrow from them. But you know what happened? We decided not to obey the Most High. And the curse has fell upon us. Hold that, give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 44. Start at 43.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43.
Read.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. And thou shalt come down very low.
Right, you see that? The stranger's going to get up high above thee, and then we going to come down very low. Read.
He shall lend to thee.
Right.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
That's what's happening. How you think we got our house? Where we going to get the loan from? Are you coming to the elder, get it from me? You ain't getting it from me. And you know, if I had it, I'll give it to you. You say, hey man, I'm buying this house, $250,000. Here you go. Okay. How you gonna pay me back now? Pay me back. You know what I mean? Yeah, 7-year release, right? Right, there you go. Right? But Esau, he damn put a 30-year loan on that, mortgage loan on that. And they have 40 years, 50. Who living that long? 50 years, what if you buy it and you're 50? So you're going to be still making payments at 100? How are you supposed to make the payment? A 50-year loan. How is that possible? This is the condition that we're in, man. All right? Yeah. So this is the curse. Let's go back, huh? It's the curse that was put upon us. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. We are the tail end of this thing. All right? Let's go back.
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in the land, which the Most High thy power giveth thee,
read.
Thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother.
You see that? Don't harden your heart. Don't shut your hand to your brother. Give to your brother. Read.
But thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need.
Right. Give him what he needs. Everybody got that? All right? Give him what he needs. Yo, yeah, man, you poor? Okay, look like you need some clothes. I got some clothes for you. Look like you need some shoes. They running over on the side. Your Nike is scratching up against the floor. Your Nike sign scratching up against the floor. You need a new pair of sneakers. Right? Don't let his Nike scratch up against the floor, his Nike sign, and his clothes sagging, and he ain't got no clothes on, but you trying to get him something to drink. Yo, let me get you a bottle of wine. You need this. You don't need that. Let me get you some strong drink. You don't need that. You need clothes. Give him what he needs. Everybody understand that? Because I see these people out there, they be begging. I'm hungry. One brother just came out and said, listen, I want a beer. I said, all right, well, you know what? At least you honest, right? He used to be, he used to stand on Okeechobee and the turnpike. Every time I get off the turnpike, he stand out there, I need a beer. Damn. What the world? Then he said it was his birthday. He need a beer. One time he out there, he said, it's my birthday, I need a beer. I think one time I might have had one in there. It was Esau. I said, you know what, Esau, you want a beer? Here you go, get drunk. Here you go. You know, I passed by somebody one time, and they say, like you said in the scriptures, it said, you know, if you can't eat it, give it to the stranger. Right? One time I was picking up the grandchildren, you know, and of course their side of the family, they don't keep Torah. So I grabbed the pizza, put it in my car, I'm driving home. I opened up that pizza. I said, wait a minute, let me check that pizza. Open it up, pepperonis all over the place. I said, oh man. As soon as I got off the highway, the children were asleep, and Esau was like, I need food. Here you go. You've been blessed. He said, thank you so much for blessing us. Bless you. There you go. Here go your pepperoni pizza. We ain't eating that in my house, right? This is how I gotta go, man. That's it. We gotta give to the poor, man. We gotta help our people out. They need something, you give them something. something that they need, not something that they want. Everybody understand that? Read on now. Read on.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying.
What's your wicked heart? Your mind. Read.
The 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him not, and he cry unto the Most High against thee, and it be sin unto thee.
Look at that. The 7th year is coming, you ain't giving the brother nothing. The year of release. Right? You may have had the brother working for you in your house, and the 7th year comes. What happens when you hire a Hebrew servant? And the 7th year comes. The 7th year is the release. Right? You let him go. But what do you do when you let him go? Make sure you do what? Make sure you straight. Make sure he's straight. Give him what he needs, and then some. Take care of your brother. Yo, you've been working for me for 7 years. You've been doing this for me. You've been taking care of me. You know, what you need, man. Look like you need some cattle. Take the cow, take that lamb, take that sheep. Right? These are the things we got to take care of our people. That's why we didn't have like how Esau got this thing, how he got this whole system. I went out to California and I went to a place called Skid Row. Skid Row, before you even get there, I'm a block away, I could smell the smell, that stench. That smell is like, it just cringes your spirit. You get these chills down your back when you smell the amount of homeless people just walking the street. Thousands. If you ain't never seen that before, I'm telling you right now, that thing is something serious. Before you even get there, you smell it. And right down the block is what? Beverly Hills. How in the heck? You know what? That's why Esau is evil as hell. Because right there, he got some of his people out there. Most of it's our people. You already know that already. Out there on the street. But you living in this luxurious life in a 5-star hotel in Beverly Hills. You pulling up. I'm standing in front of the hotel. A big Maybach come and pull into the drive. I'm looking like, damn. That thing started at $250,000, that car. Right? And the people down the block starving. No clothes. They need clothes and they need food. They need shelter. They need shoes. You mean tell me you can't drop $1 million right now and everybody clothed? He don't care about his nation or no other nation. He's a greedy dog. He just cares about himself. But Most High put that spirit on us to care about our nation. That's why when we come into the land, we ain't gonna have no poor, everybody gonna be jacked up. We ain't gonna have none of that going on. Right? Nobody gonna be hungry, going to bed hungry, eating oatmeal for dinner and breakfast and lunch. Them days gonna be over. I remember them days. Right? That's right. You just don't have, man. You make do. We're not gonna have them days anymore. We're not gonna be poor. We're not gonna be begging nobody for nothing. Because in Torah, it teaches us how to take care of the poor, the widow, the fatherless. It's telling us through these scriptures how to deal with this situation. And this is the part of the law, right, that a lot of us here in America are not fulfilling. This is something that we need to examine and go over and work on this. Everybody understand that? All right, read on that.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him.
Right. Read.
Because that for this thing the Most High thy power shall bless thee in all thy work, and in all that thou puttest thine hand unto.
Read.
For the poor shall never cease out of the land.
Right.
Therefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt open thine hand wide unto thy brother,
right,
to thy poor, and to thy needy,
right,
in thy land.
Right. So the poor is going to be there. They're always going to be around. But what he said, make sure you open up your hand and give to them. Make sure you take care of the poor. Take care of your people. Read.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And if thy brother, an Hebrew man, or an Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee,
right, and
serve thee 6 years.
Right, we're just talking about that. Read.
Then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee.
Read.
And when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty.
Right.
Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock, out of thy floor, out of thy winepress,
right,
of that wherewith the Lord of thy power hath blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him.
You see that? When he's leaving out, you're supposed to hook him up, man. Give me the blends, man. Blend it up, man. Bring me that wine. Bring me the stuff that I need, right? Furnish him, right? With a flock, the floor, anything you have in your house, he might need it. Yo, you know what? Take that, man. See that chair? Take like 3 of these chairs. I don't need them. You need them. Take them. Take them curtains. Take that. Take that stuff, man. Take this too. Matter of fact, we got 2 bottles of the Blue Label. Take that too, right? But it's the wine, not the strong drink. But you got the wine. You got some nice wine press, freshly pressed. Cause what? We made wine. We didn't go to the nations to buy no wine. We understood how to do that. Give you fresh made wine. There you go, brother. That's for you. Do your thing. You know what I mean? Thank you for being a humble servant, right? Or sister, because it's a Hebrew woman too. Read. 15.
And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt.
You got to remember that we was a bondman in Egypt. And what happened to us in Egypt? How did the Egyptians deal with us? It was rough.
With rigor.
Yeah, with rigor. Right. They didn't treat us nice. So this guy's a bondman, meaning what? That he's a servant. A bondman means servant. He's a servant, but you don't treat your servant like that, because he's your Hebrew brother. Get him up in the house. Get him his own room. He got a space for himself to sleep. He's good. He got fresh food. He can eat. All right? When his 7 years is up, he got to go. All right, man, I know you're gone, but you know what? Take this with you. Take this, take that, and hit him off. Make sure when he leaves that he can set up shop somewhere. He don't have to beg nobody for no money or nothing. He can live off the land and be free. Everybody understand that? Right? Read on that.
And the Most High thy power redeemed thee. Therefore I command thee this thing today.
Right? Read on.
And it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee, and thine house, because he is well with thee.
Now you might tell him, yo man, 7 year coming, go ahead, do your thing, man. I'm gonna take care of you. He turn around, look at you and say, man, I love you so much, man, I can't leave you. Elder, you the best, man. All right, let's get strict this wine, let's hang out, stay. Right? So what we supposed to do now? The brother decide he don't want to leave, right? Read on. 17.
Then thou shalt take an awl, and thrust it through his ear unto the door, and he shall be thy servant forever.
See? Forever. Alright? Thrust it through his ear, he got an awl through his ear, and he's, you know what? He's our servant. He's your servant forever. Now you treat him badly. He's living in the house, he's doing the same thing he was doing before. Everything is good. He just don't want to be on his own, man. He's by himself, or the sister might be by herself. She don't have a husband. Maybe she's an elder sister, and she just say, you know what? If I leave, I have to go set up my own tent, tend to my own things to take care of myself. And you say, you know what? You guys been taking care of me. I've been taking care of you. I just want to leave things the same. I want to stay. So that person can stay with you. Trust me, the other nations do it all the time. Do you know that? The other nations do it all the time. I've been in people's houses in other nations, and they have people come up, you know, from their country, and they come into their house, and they stay there, and they pay them every week. They get paid. You know, whatever that number is. I've heard different numbers. I heard $250, $200, $300 a week, and they pay them. They don't pay no rent. They don't ask them for no money back. That's their money, and they pay them, and they get a room for them in the house, and they take care of the children while the family go out to work. A lot of Benjamites still do it today. Right. And the Levites too, right. They pull people up from home, maybe not doing so well back there, and they say, you know what, me and my wife, we got children, grandma, auntie, can you come and stay? we'll give you a certain amount of money every week. They work out something, and they wind up staying. Sometimes they go back, but sometimes they say, hey, man, ain't nothing back there for me. I might as well jam here with you guys. And they become that servant, that bond woman or bond man, that Hebrew man, that stay with you for the rest of your life and just make sure that everything is good in the house. Everybody understand that? These are things that we did for each other. So they might have been in a situation where they at and it's not well for them there, and they can come and be with you, and you could, kill two birds with one stone, as they say. You know what I mean? Help take care of the house and the children while you and your wife go out to work, and then pretty much when you come home, you take care of them. Make sure they got their money, they can do whatever they want to do with it. Everybody understand that? So you take care of your servant. You don't have them, being mean to them and beating them with a whip, right? This is what Esau did to us. We don't do that to our servants, to our Hebrew servants. Everybody understand that? All right. Yes, go ahead.
Also, this man right here, he chose to willingly put himself in that position.
Right.
Right. If he had not taken that path, he would have gotten furnished quite well.
Right. Still would have got it.
Right.
Yeah. Still
Let me get Leviticus 25:42, because the way would be treated in this situation is entirely different than if a heathen was in a situation.
Right. Right. So we're looking at Leviticus chapter 25, verse 42. Right. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen.
Keep going.
Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor.
You can't treat your brother like what? You can't work him hard. You can't have him in the sun for 10, 12 hours.
Right.
You have to treat him and love him and respect him. He's a family member. Keep going.
But shall fear thy power.
Keep going.
Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are around about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
These are slaves.
Right.
That's an entirely different situation from what we read in the portion.
Right.
Keep going.
Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they beget in your land, and they shall be your possessions.
These are the other Gentile nations that surrounded from us. We purchased them, now we own them. Keep going.
And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession.
So when Nadiasap is 99 years old, he passes away, and his son comes up after him, they own them next.
Right.
Keep going.
They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor.
But we're forbidden to treat each other like this.
Right. Good scripture. That's right. So this is the law on how to deal with your brother. Let me ask you a question. What commandment are we fulfilling right now? Yeah, when we're reading all these scriptures, what commandment are we fulfilling right now? That's right. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. This is the commandment that we're fulfilling, that we're reading right now. Because these commandments, right, when you read Mark 12 and 29, the two greatest commandments, the first 4 commandments, the 10 commandments, is loving the Most High. The last 6 is loving your neighbor as thyself. Right? Remember that. This is concerning your brother. This is how you treat your brother, your sister. How we show love to one another. That's why he told him, he said, if you can leave, you leave. I take care of you when you're gone. But the brother said, listen, I want to stay. So he put that all in his ear, and you know what? He's in. He's all in to take care of you, and you're going to take care of him, and y'all going to be a happy family. But the other nations, you got other nations around you, these people are your possession. Those are the people that you have working for you, and they work for you forever. Right? When you die, you leave Tom over to your son. Right? Tom, you are now the servant of Mashal Bun Gad Bun Yasha Allah. Right? You're gonna take care of him until either you stop breathing or he stop breathing. That's how that went. Right? And that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom. Right? Read on now. Let's go back. So we have Deuteronomy 15, verse 18.
It shall not seem hard unto thee when thou sendest him away free from thee. For he hath been worth a double hired servant to thee.
You see that? He has been worth a double hired servant. So it shouldn't feel bad for you to send him away. You should be happy either way, whatever his decision is. He wants to go, say, don't worry about it, I got you. I got the wine, I got the ox, I got the sheep, I got the lamb. I got all these things for you. You good. But if you want to stay, all is going to be good still. Right? I'm not going to feel either way. Read.
In serving these 6 years.
For you 6 years, read.
And the Most High thy power shall bless thee in all that thou doest. All the firstlings, males, that come of thy herd, and of thy flock, thou shalt sanctify unto the Most High thy power. Thou shalt do no work with the firstling of thy bullock, nor shear the firstling of thy sheep.
Read.
Thou shalt eat it before the Most High thy power, year by year, in the place which the Most High shall choose, thou and thy household. And if there be any blemish therein, as if it be lame or blind, or have any ill blemish, thou shalt not sacrifice it unto the Most High thy power.
Right. So if you have animals that may have lame or they blind or having an issue, those are the things we don't sacrifice onto the Most High. Because you remember, the Most High wants the best. This has happened. We went to get the lamb for the Passover, and we got about 3 of them. They all look good. Then one came limping. I'm like, wait a minute. Something's wrong. Why is he limping like that? Oh, don't worry about it. You know, because they thinking, hey, it's all going to go down anyway, right? But we don't do that. That thing limping or his eyes missing or something like that, no. We don't want that. We want the best, right? That's what the Most High prescribed for us, okay? So we got to make sure that when we do the sacrifice, you know, come time for the Passover, make sure that our lamb is right, without blemish, right? Read on. Verse 22.
Thou shalt eat it within thy gates. The unclean and the clean person shall eat it alike.
That's right. You see, the unclean and the clean person shall eat it alike. Read.
As the roebuck and as the hart.
Right.
Only thou shalt not eat the blood thereof.
Right.
Thou shalt pour it upon the ground as water.
Right. Remember, this, you cannot drink the blood. All right. We are not vampires. This is Esau again with his Disney World imagination. Right. He like you to drink the blood and all that, run around with fangs in your mouth, and no, that's garbage. Don't do that. Don't make blood pudding out of it. Don't make sauce out of it. I don't know if they call it sauce. I think the northern tribe call it sauce, something like that. Or maybe the southern tribe, they call it sauce. Somebody call it something, and they put some blood and put some seasoning on that thing, and next thing you know, talking about it's good. No. Stop it, cut it out, don't do it. Everybody understand that? Don't do it. What does the northern tribe call it anyway, when they make the blood soup or whatever? Never heard of it? Oh man, you gotta get down now. You gotta get down. They ain't playing around. You gotta call your mother on that one. Call Amma and say, Amma, what's that thing y'all make with the blood? She'll drop that thing right on you. Oh man, you ain't had that? She'll lay it out on you, right? Maybe she didn't like it. She didn't care for it. I know your mothers, like, you know, some of our mothers were really mindful of certain things. They knew, you know, they read some of this Torah. They knew, like, you know what? We can't eat the blood, right? Yeah,
well, growing up in Haiti, you know, Haitians, they would take the blood and they would fry it.
Right.
Right, and they would sell it in the streets.
Okay.
My grandma always tells us, don't eat that.
Right.
She never told us why.
She never told you why?
She never told you why. She said, don't eat that. We're not supposed to eat that.
From the scriptures. They knew that already.
They knew that. And I was growing up, people would never question them.
Right. No, you don't question them.
You don't question the grandma, no.
Grandma said don't eat it, don't eat it.
Don't eat it.
Right? That's it. Okay? But they knew that. They read that here. That was taught. Right? In their spirit too. Yes, in their spirit. And that was taught. Listen, don't eat the blood. Right? They understood that. So we're going into the last chapter of this portion, and we're going to try to finish this up because we have some announcements, and we have entered into the ninth hour. Everybody understand that? All right. So now, Deuteronomy 16 verse 1.
Observe the month of Abib.
Right. Observe the month of Abib, which is very important. The month of Abib. Read.
And keep the Passover.
Right.
Unto the Most High thy power.
Mm-hmm.
For the month of Abib, the Most High thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
Right. So the Most High said to observe the month of Abib. What is Abib? We're gonna look at it in a Bible dictionary. Right. I'm sure. I believe I marked it off. Yeah, there you go.
Abib, out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Right.
The pre-exilic name for the first month of the year.
Okay. First month of the year. Read.
After the exile, the name was changed to Nisan.
Mm-hmm.
It fell about the time of our March and early April.
Right. So it tells you the time of the month of Abib. Right. It falls about what? Our March, right, or April. Right. If you're keeping Abib in February, something's going on. If your Abib is all the way in June, something is going on. Your calculation somewhere is off. So you have to go back and research this thing. Everybody understand that? All right. Read.
For in the month of Abib, the Most High thy power brought you forth out of Egypt by night.
Right. So the month of Abib, the Most High brought us out by night. He said, we observe the month of Abib. What it means to observe? To keep it. Right? As we keep our new moons, right? When the month of Abib come around, what do? We count 14 days and the 15th day of the month, and that would be our what? Our Passover. All right? Verse 2.
Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Most High thy power, of the flock and the herd, in the place which the Most High shall choose to place his name there.
Read.
Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith.
Right, so that's very important. That was a commandment he just gave there. It says now, thou shalt eat no leavened bread within. So during this time of the Passover, the Most High is telling you, do not eat the leavened bread. But within these 7 days, you must eat the unleavened bread. Everybody got that? You can't let a day go by and you don't eat the unleavened bread. You'll be in transgression. Everybody understand that? You must eat the unleavened bread. It's very important. Right? You must eat the lamb. All right? That's very important. Eating the lamb. I know some of us maybe don't eat meat or anything like that. That's fine. And I ain't got nothing against nobody not eating any meat, whatever. But when that day comes for the Passover, you better crack open that lamb and eat them. Because that's Torah. All right? You must eat the lamb and you must eat the unleavened bread. Read.
Even the bread of affliction.
Uh-huh.
For thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt in haste.
In haste, right. So this is not a dinner. I want to expound a little bit more on that. This is not a dinner, the Passover. All right, come. This is not a dinner. This is not the time you come to the Passover and say, oh man, I can't wait to get my lamb, get my unleavened bread, I'm going to be full. No. This is something we ate in haste. We had the lamb in our hand, and we ate it, and then we took the unleavened bread, and then we ate it. Everybody understand that? All right? In haste, because why? We were leaving. Most High say, get out of there. Get out. All right, shalom. Read.
That thou mayest remember the day when thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt, all the days of thy life.
Uh-huh.
And there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coast 7 days, neither shall there anything of the flesh which thou sacrificed the first day at even,
right,
remain all night until the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, which the Most High that power giveth thee.
Right.
But at the place which the Most High that power shall choose to place his name in, there thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at even, after going down of the sun, at the season that thou camest forth out of Egypt.
Very important. He said, as the one that he choose and the place that he choose, and you keep the Passover at evening when the sun goes down at the season. It's very important. The season, right? The Passover has to be in the spring. It cannot be in the winter. It cannot be in the summer. Can't keep the Passover, in the fall. It has to be in its season. Everybody understand that? Right? In the place which you shall choose. He's giving them this understanding that what? When they go into the land, we're going into our land. Right? We're going to build our city. Jerusalem's going to be there, and we're going to keep the Passover there. Right? This is what we must do. Okay? I'm just going to expound a little bit more. This present time, of course, we all can't travel and get up and just go to Jerusalem and keep the Passover. How I would love to do that, but we cannot do that. Right? But this present time, a lot of us, we have to keep the Passover in our gates here, because we're in the land of our captivity, just like Tobias did. He kept the Pentecost where? In the land of his captivity. He was under the Assyrian captivity, so he had to keep the Passover. The Pentecost in that time. Everybody understand that? All right. So a lot of people are gonna try to dupe you, scare you, wink you, and say you cannot keep the Passover here in America. It's a lie. And they err not knowing the scriptures. All right? Do you just make void the law because you're in captivity? No. We kept the law for captivity. And actually, the Assyrian captivity was the one that allowed us to do those things. They allowed us to go to Jerusalem. They allowed us to worship our God. They didn't keep that from us. Right? They understood that that was important to us, and they allowed us to do it. Hey, you in captivity, but we're going to let you serve your God. They were the ones who actually changed the Hebrew. That's why we have the Hebrew the way it looks now. Because they understood the Hebrew. They spoke the Hebrew. They wrote Hebrew. Right? Under that time. Right? But we still have to keep the commandments. Everybody understand that? Read on now. Verse 7.
And thou shalt roast and eat it in the place which the Most High thy power shall choose.
Right.
And thou shalt turn in the morning and go into thy tents.
Right.
6 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly to the Most High thy power. Thou shalt do no work therein.
Right. So this is a high holy day, like a Sabbath. It's assembly. Because the first day is a Sabbath, and the last day is a solemn assembly. Those 2 days you must be there. Right? The opening and the closing of the Passover, you must be there. It's a solemn assembly. This is what you must do. Read.
7 weeks shalt thou number unto thee. Begin to number the 7 weeks from such time as thou beginnest to put the sickle to the corn. And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Most High thy power.
What's that? The Feast of Weeks. What is that called? What do we call it today? I'm sorry, Shem Shalom.
First fruits.
Right, the first fruits. That's another name. What's another name? Pentecost. Right, it's another name. Right. So we have to count the 7 weeks. Right. After he said, put the corn to the sickle. This is the springtime. That's why he talking about corn. Right. After the Passover, then we have to count the 7 weeks. Right. And that's why they call it Pentecost, because Penta, it means in Greek is 5. Right? These are the weeks that we got to count out. Is how many weeks? It's 7. 7 times 7 is what? 49. Then you get one more day, 50. Right? And that day we'll keep the Pentecost. That is the only holiday. I think that might be the only holiday that you know is going to be on the first day of the week. For sure. So, that's right, you got the 7 Sabbaths. Then the day after the 7th Sabbath is going to be what? The 50th day. It's going to be always land on Sunday. So-called Sunday, the first day of the week. All right? Read on that.
And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Most High thy power.
Right.
With the tribute of a free will offering.
Right, a free will offering. That means free will that you give this offering. Read.
Of thine hand, which thou shalt give unto the Most High thy power, according as the Most High thy power hath blessed thee. And thou shalt rejoice before the Most High thy power, thou and thy sons and thy daughter, and thy manservant and thy maidservant, and the Levite that is within thy gates, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are among you, in a place which the Most High thy power hath chosen to place his name there.
You see how Most High just dropped that Levite right there, right? Right? The fatherless, the widow, all that, but you see the Levite is right there. Don't leave him out, because he said, forsake not the who? That's it. Forsake the Levites. Read on.
And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in Egypt, and thou shalt observe and do these statutes.
Right.
Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days.
You see that? Now it's going into what? The Feast of what? Tabernacles. Read.
After that, thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine. And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are within thy gates.
The Levite again? What's going on? What's going on with the Levite? They're getting all the props. That's all right. That's what it's about. That's what's up. That's what's up. Forsake not the Levite. He's saying the Levite, the fatherless, everybody. Read on.
7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto the Most High.
7 days. Who in the world want to keep Christmas, man? 7 days and you got a feast? That means every day that you outside dwelling in your tent, the grill is going and the blends is out. Check that out. When you got time to do that? That's one of my favorite holidays, man. That's it. All three of them are my favorite. I love all three of them. I love all the holidays, but you know, one of the favorites is that, man. Hey, you can't pass that up. All right? All right? The opening day is what? Is our solemn assembly, and the closing is a solemn assembly. All right? But throughout the week, you set up your prayers in the noon. We have the noon prayer. We go over scripture concerning why we're here, keeping the tabernacles. And after that, fire up that grill because it's going down. The steaks is going on. The chicken is going on. It's coming out. Right? It's coming out. That's it. Read on out.
7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto the Most High, thy power, in a place which the Most High shall choose, because the Most High thy power shall bless thee in all thine increase, and in all the works of thine hands. Therefore thou shalt surely rejoice.
Read.
3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Most High thy power, in a place which he shall choose, in a feast of unleavened bread.
Right, we just spoke about that. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. What's that? What's that called? The Feast of Unleavened Bread. What they call it? The Passover, right? Right, the Passover. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. Read.
And in the Feast of Weeks.
What's the Feast of Weeks? What's the other word? The Pentecost, right? First fruits, right? Read.
And in the Feast of Tabernacles.
We just spoke about that. Most High Tabernacles made us dwell in tents. You're supposed to come out of your air-conditioned home and go into a tent. Right? Come out of that comfortable bed and lay on the floor for about a week. Right? Read.
And they shall not appear before the Most High empty.
Right. And when you come before these holy days, you're not supposed to be empty. You're not supposed to come empty stomach and empty wallet. Right? Give generously. Yeah. You're not supposed to come all, hey, I'm so hungry, I can't wait. Them guys cooking up all that food. Right? You coming up in there, you don't even drop $20 or something. Give somebody something. Who? Think that food just came out of nowhere? That food just came out of the sky? You think it was manna that came down and quail? Somebody went to work, somebody went out to Publix, Walmart, whatever you shop at, and bought that food and brought it out there. Right? So if it feel free in your heart, or does it feel free? But not only that, but in the scriptures, he said, don't come empty-handed. You know, come out there and give. I know a brother one year, he didn't stay out there with us, but he came and brought ice. What you got there? Give generously. There you go. Took the word right out of my mouth. Give generously. So you know that the people, I had a brother used to work for a water plant. He used to come and take one of the big, huge coolers and take it to his plant because they had an ice machine. And he would fill it up with ice. And he'll bring it out there and give it to us. And when the other one went low, he took that one back to work with him and filled it up with ice. And he provided us ice all week. We had cold drinks every day. We had to worry about nothing. If you want ice cold water, you can put all that ice in, boom. Fill it up in your cup and fill it up with water. All right? So, you know, even if you're not being there and you're not there, you can always contribute towards the tabernacle. You can always contribute towards, you know, the building of the nation. All right? We got to be out there, man. We got to come out of our comfortable houses, man, and go on the tent. I'm sorry. I know it's hot. Bugs. You know, that's why they have off and all these different things, spray on you, whatever the case may be. Come on out there and enjoy your time. All right, read on.
Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Most High, which he hath given thee.
Right. So the Most High said, as you are able. The Most High bless you with something. Maybe you went to the store, did a scratch off, you won $10,000. Hey, come drop something in the pot for the Most High. You know, I ain't saying hook me up. Don't hook me up. Hook the Most High up. The Most High will take care of me. All right? All right? So make sure that you give. Don't come empty-handed during these holidays. This is very important. That's why we ask people to bring things. You coming to the Pentecost? What you bringing? Oh, I'm bringing 100 hot dogs, and I'm bringing bread. I'm bringing this. I'm bringing that. I'm gonna bring 50 pounds of chicken. I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring cases of water. I'm gonna bring cases of juice. This is your contribution towards, you know, that holy day. Why do you think we go around the room or we ask people, what are you bringing for the new moon? Because when we keep the new moon, that's something that you bring. This is your contribution to the Most High, to the service, to the assembly. It's for you to do that. Right? It's very important. Right? So, and if you are not a person, hey, you burn water, then I don't expect you to come in with some rice, and it's supposed to be white rice and it's brown. Right? I don't want to eat that. So, you know, take your donation and turn it into money. Say, listen, man, I can't cook, but hey, I got $50, I got $20, I got $10, I got $5. Whatever you got, the Most High bless you with. Hey, I got it. I got an envelope. Let me put it here and leave it for the Most High. I know I'm not cooking anything. I'm not making no oxtails. All right? I burn rice, so it ain't for me. But I'll turn it into money. Let me put it in an envelope. Maybe somebody else will make it. All right? And we have a brother, he said, you know, he's supposed to be making some chicken for the new moon this evening. He's like, yo, there's no way I can do it. Because I know that I'm going to be, you know, engulfed with the camp and doing all this stuff. So what? Gave it to a sister and said, hey, take care of this for me. Boom, here it is. You know? So everybody puts in their contribution, and that's how we start to build a nation. Everybody understand that? I get a Most High hand, man. This is a good portion. It was a long portion. I try to make it short. Believe me, I could have made it longer. There's a lot of information in there, especially when it came to lending. You know, we could have went into some scriptures concerning how to lend to somebody and who to lend to and who not to lend to. But because of time, you know, we cannot do that. So with that, you know, we gave the Most High a hand. Of course, the water for everyone coming out, keeping the Shabbat day, the Light of Zion and the Treasure Coast. And we'll be back on live again later on this evening, around 8 o'clock, 8:30, to go into the new moon this evening. And we'll be having some refreshments and some food that we're gonna have later on today. All right. Throw water for everyone logging on. Throw water for the people that's logging on. Don't forget, as the sign set up there, give generously, man. You know, Acts 20 and 35, as it always says, it's better to give than it is to receive. Right? We have to make sure we give and build this school and build the nation. Right? And it is not going to take one Israelite to do it. It's going to take many. Right? It's going to take, as we always say back in the days, it's going to take a village to build this thing. So we all got to put in to try to build this thing. Everybody understand that? All right. With that, We're going to close out the service. Shalom to the nation of Israel. And we'll see you in a couple of hours. We're going to go live later on. Shalom.
That's it? All right,
Good. All right. So now, quick update. We're going to have some refreshments here.